2, check Chuffy 1, 2. Get this all set up nice. Hi, how you doing? That's how I start, isn't it? Hi, how you doing? Hi, you're with Scott. I'm Super Chuffer. It's midnight. It's always midnight. This is your right ear and your left ear. Room mono. Genshin Impact is just loading up in the background. Don't worry. Don't worry. There's Genshin Impact, look. You like your Genshin Impact? There it is, you like that. Going to be doing that. Going to be doing Windblume today. Going to be actually doing it, getting through it. I'm a little bit late to the stream again. Tell you for why. The Super Chuffer channel, the main channel, popping off. Doing really good still. Things are proving to be fruitful in terms of finance. They've been tipping me today, I tell you. I'm really grateful. Really grateful. And then the subscriber number's going up. We're nearly at 5k now. So things are going really well there. We did episodes this week about Nicola Bully. We did this podcast. It got out of hand. I'll just say that. It got out of hand. We did Nicola Bully CCTV red flags. Spirits, aliens and cryptids in America. The dog wants to come in. You coming in?
What should I try this time?
Where are you going out there with your mummies? You're in here giving the cat a kiss. Going out there with your mummies. Come on, mummy's down there now. Yeah, spirits, aliens and cryptids. That was like, you know, we're doing different stuff here and there. And although I don't believe in all the spirits, aliens and cryptids myself necessarily, I'm keeping an open mind. And I've got a cool guest, Detractor Beam. They're a YouTube channel that specialises in dark side field detracting. But Indrid, who is the host of Detractor Beam, one of the main hosts, she has a personal interest in all things spirits, cryptids and aliens, and she's from America. So we did a cool, I thought that was a really, I'll tell you what, you know, the old Joe Rogans and the old stuff like that, you know, sometimes I don't agree with everything everyone's saying, but I like hearing the way they talk, some of them, you know.
What should I try this time?
Like, I am not now, having listened to Indrid, convinced that aliens are out there, like, you know, or doing this or that. I'm not convinced, but we've got a way to go yet. That was just our first conversation, wasn't it? So,
in adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
and we did a poll, and people said overall that they wanted to hear more about spirits and stuff like that. So I think our next episode on that might be our top 10 or top 5 most legit hauntings or something. Most real ghost stories. Get her to dig up, it's the wrong words, isn't it? Get her to bring up what she wants to bring up, and we'll have a chat about it. And Indrid's the sort of person that she could read you the shopping list, and listening to her talk would still be a joy. So it's nice hearing other voices on the stream. And then I finished strong just now with Nicola Bully. How did the behaviour panel get it so wrong? Look, already had 4,500 views. That, well, that's popping off. So going strong there, and that's on top of.
Come on, enough
This week-
procrastinating. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll get there. Obviously, this is Genshin Impact channel, so you don't need to hear all this shit, do you? But I said a swear word within the first however long. 3 minutes, might get away with it. DSP, Dark Side Field, did an interview with this guy called Stuttering Craig, and it's big news on the internet. It's certainly big news on the detractor sphere. You're right, Holmes, do you want to come out there as well now? It's certainly... Hello, Nigel. Hello, how you doing? How you doing? It's been a big week is what I'm saying. Big week for me on the mainstream. Big week on the
In
B-side
adventuring,
stream.
as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
How's your week going? Because we've finally managed to make it to Friday. And we've got a lot to do here as well. We've got Windblume today to do. So big week. Even the B-side channel got a look in this week. I did a Nicola Bully late night one on the B-side channel to make everyone aware it was there. And also because not everything makes it to the main channel. But that's been popping off as well. The live stream over there as well. We did a 6-hour live stream yesterday. Me and Steve. On the B-side channel. If you don't, not into
Come on,
Dark Side
enough
Phil,
procrastinating. Let's go.
it's by the by. So, yeah, that's all been going on, and so I'm tired. My channel. Thank you very much. So I'm tired, and the one final part of this puzzle piece was Genshin Impact. We are nearly, I'm a bit behind still, you know, I'm always a bit behind, but we uploading, and we're about 3 or 4 videos behind now. only 3 or 4. So probably by the end of this next week or so, this Genshin Impact channel will start to actually come into line and start to take shape a bit more. I'm sure that a few more people will start watching it here and there. I'm sure this will start picking up as well.
In adventuring, as
its
in
own little way.
business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
Not a great week, but you're getting through it day by day. That's what your card said, isn't it? The other day, do you remember the card said the past was going to be was difficult to get through it, and then the present things were going to, but in the future it was going to work out. Don't know how right the cards are. Maybe we can do another reading for you if you want. I hope it's nothing too bad, but yeah, getting through it day by day. I tell you what, even with the worst things, it's one day at a time sometimes, isn't it? Especially with the worst things. So one day at a time. I feel you on that. Obviously with the cat and all that, you know, I've pulled myself together now a bit about it. His cat's been to the vet, had a reprieve, had his blood cleaned, but he's not the best still. You know, he's not come back all fit and like kicking. I don't see he's got a long time left, but at least he got a little reprieve. And it's one day at a time. It's just got to be, hasn't it? I was just literally thinking a minute ago about how, you know, he eats his dinner, he sits in the sun, feels the love that we give him. It's just one day at a time, isn't it? That's all any of us have really got. And I don't want that to sound depressing, actually. I want it to sound positive in a way, because, you know, if you're getting through it, at least you're getting through. That's the main thing. Like, what did he say? Churchill, if you're going through hell, keep going. You know, if we're getting through it, at least we're getting through. And we're lucky to be the ones that get the chance to go through it in a way, even if it's chuff and stuff. You know, you'd rather be thinking about that Nicola Bully
I know
case.
for work-life balance, but I think this is pushing it.
You'd rather be getting the chance to do it than the ones that didn't, wouldn't you? So, yeah, keep right on to the end of the road and let's get through to... I think summer's coming. I think we're going to have a bit of a summer. You did see the stream about the cat. I turned it off in the end because I didn't want people to think I was trying to milk the cat for views or money or whatever. So I turned it off, but the ones that get to see it did see it, yeah. And yeah, we've got a little bit more time. I'm spending it on the internet playing video games. No, I'm spending it with the cat as much as possible, but life has to go on as well. I can't spend every day, like, lost in grief. It hasn't happened yet. We have to have some normality, don't we? And yes, that's why I've been saying all these things. That's what I've been saying, is things have been changing a little bit on the old internet for me. But here we are for some normality. I apologise in a way, right? Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. I've not been putting as much effort into Genshin Impact streams this week. I hoped to get on in the week, and I didn't. But it's because my energy's gone in different directions. I hope everyone understands that I love Genshin Impact and I want to play it. But in terms of what's financially viable for me as a streamer, it turns out Genshin Impact is not the thing. And maybe I could have made it the thing by doing more edits and more shorts and this and that. But you know what I mean? I just have to take the things as they go, rough with the smooth. So I'd maintain that I will play Genshin Impact regularly at the weekends here. I don't want you to feel like your subscriptions here are wasted or whatever. You know, like, it's not just that. I just, you know, I want to do it. But as things go in the future, we have to try and outline the time where I get to do it, rather than just like streaming 7 days a week necessarily. But I mean, I'm going to be coming on and doing my bits, aren't I? And I'm going to be excited and interesting in the stuff that happens. So I'm going to want to do it. What's this now? You see here? Oh my god, we've got a new thing already. An engineer at Fontaine. Right, let's get to Windblume and let's get this done. It's not that I'm giving... I don't know why I made that speech then. It's not like I'm giving up Genshin Impact. I'm here doing it, you know. This is something I've been looking forward to today. Even tried my hardest not to go overtime on the main YouTube stream because of it. You're personally happy to watch whatever content I put out. Thanks, Nigel. There are a few here, like Cruel, and maybe a couple of lurkers that, you know, I feel... Like, it's not like I feel committed to them that I have to do it for them, or, you know, like, not some big things, but, like, you know, I feel like they've been supportive. And
We're here!
it would be naive of me to say that people like you yourself, Nigel, and Cruel, who turns up here, like, if you've been supported over this lean times and this difficult times for me, like, they're the people that I really should put my, I want to say trust is not the word, my faith, they're people I hold valuable. You're people I hold valuable. So I just want to make sure that I'm not seeming... I'm concerned that if I were to say, like, in the next 2 weeks, or over the last 2 weeks, if I just said, look, I'm busy, no Genshin Impact, that's just so callous in that way, and I don't want to do that. And in my heart, I want to be here playing Genshin Impact a bit more. It's just I've not been able to. So that's the speech. And this is going to be all story, so let's let it roll, and let's just enjoy it and chill.
Oh, Traveler, Paimon. I only just arrived myself, so I'm still getting ready. Ah, and Kale just passed by a moment ago. She said she had some things to sort out at the inn where she's staying, but she'll meet up with us when she's done. Apparently, Tainari and Sino both went out, but she stayed behind because she wanted to help us.
Fair enough.
Not too bad. After reviewing it again with fresh eyes, I came up with a new theory which seems to hold some water.
All right.
I believe that each of the 4 things in the
we're doing
prophecy
this
refers to
treasure
a
hunt.
different field of knowledge. So, in a way, the prophecy is a test of the reader's intelligence.
Got it.
But it's unlikely for any one person to have expertise in all these different areas.
So we need lots of people.
In 2 out of the 4 areas, the prophecy seems to want us to find specific people.
Fine.
So it sounds like we should put our heads together and list out the people who can help us.
Exactly. I think we can go through each riddle in turn and generate 4 groups of names to match the 4 questions.
You know, having said all that, I still feel that this verbose sort of story mode thing, it's not quite for me.
Alright, then let's
I still
start
feel
from
like I want to
book
skip
1.
through it, but...
The first riddle was, a flower that is not of this world.
Personally, I would still go with Albedo for this one. Alchemy is the most likely to have to do with otherworldly things.
Exactly! You're the creator of the tetratanic sweet flower. Who knows? Maybe that's the flower we're looking for.
They're saying she might be good at this.
Huh? You really think so?
Yeah.
Oh, but what about Tainari? He's a forest watcher and knows all about plants. If it's a flower we're looking for, maybe he's the man for the job.
All right, I'll add him on to group 2. This subject is a guide who will never get lost.
Collie, Amber.
That's kind of...
Wait, but they have to be able to guide others too. So it's not quite as simple as that.
An astrologer. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
These are
you
going to be all the
Mona?
people...
Yeah, she definitely
Hello, Bob.
count.
The stream was massive yesterday, wasn't it?
Yes, she certainly seems very confident. And she can use her astrology to guide people.
I appreciate your thanks. Like, it was important to do in a couple of ways. Do you know what? Yesterday's stream about Darkside Phil, I imagined he would do 2 or 3 hours on that show, and then it would end. And they even said at the end of their episode, didn't they? We're going to do a part 2. When they came to the part 2, I was angry. Because I was like, if you're going to do a part 2, you should have known that a lot earlier, and then you should have ended it earlier, because we all sat through 5 hours. And like, as much, like, this is going to sound a little bit bitter from me, right? But I'm going to say it anyway. You can hear it. I'm not saying it to the whole everyone out. I'm not making a video about it. I'm just in conversation. But they got that interview because they weren't detractors. They got that interview because they were perceived by Phil to be innocent outsiders. But really, I believe that they were detractors, not regular, not vocal, but they're on the side of the detractors. They don't think Phil's some great guy who they want to invite on their show and be friends with. Like, they hoodwinked him in a way. In a way that's clever and smart, and they got the big interview. But in a way it's kind of sneaky and underhand. A lot of detractors would have killed to get that interview. A lot of detractors would have done maybe an equally good job, maybe a worse job in some ways, but you know, a lot of detractors wanted to do that. They got it because they weren't a detractor. All of that, it's not jealousy over money, but they got a lot of money for it, and all of that hype and everything. You know, their podcast is now getting a big boon. That episode of it was quite good for them. They did a reasonable job on the episode, but what I can see of them outside of that, I wouldn't care to watch them. The stuff they're normally doing, I'm not interested in. The personalities they are, their right-wing attitudes and stuff, they're not much better than Phil in some ways. And it was very condescending in some ways, where 1 or 2 of the times they were talking down to him, you should do this. I mean, we do it as detractors as well, so I guess we do it. But I'm not on there with my Nintendo hat and my, you know, arcade machine behind me. I see it as a very dated, a very, you know, a lot of the things I critique Phil for about not understanding how the internet's moved on in the world we're living, they critiqued him for as well. They're like, this is the internet, man, don't you get it? But they're not actually big, successful people on the internet themselves. They got this was a coup for them, an absolute coup. And without Phil, they ain't doing so well. So like I have a little bit in my heart for Phil at certain times as a detractor that you know, without him we aren't doing so well in some contexts. Not for me necessarily, because I'm not a detractor necessarily, like wholeheartedly, but you know, I feel like you've got to have some humanity and some compassion at times. And I know a lot of detractors would disagree, and they'd like Phil to be held to account the whole thing through. Yeah. And I agree with that in a way, but I think a good cop, bad cop approach maybe got a little bit out of hand at times on a personal humanitarian level. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Phil's not going to do a part 2 now. Later on he's going to do a podcast where he explains that he's retracting his position, he's going back in himself. I've got a lot to say about it that I'm going to have to do episodes on. In terms of psychology of it and stuff, that maybe Steve will join me. So there was that aspect that I was a little bit like, whoa, I was a little bit thrown by that. And the size of the finance that was thrown at them, I think, was quite a lot of money in the end. And so I think they've done quite well out of that. And I'm surprised they don't offer Phil, like, this is just me, right? But the other day we did a show with Indrid. I got tippies for that while Indrid was on the show. We had no... Indrid came on as a guest, she was not getting paid. Phil's been on their show as a guest and has not got paid. But after it, I threw her some of the money because I got tippied, and as a bonus, I gave her extra. I was like, you're not expecting this, but here's some money, yeah? I'm surprised that they got that much money and they didn't say to Phil, look, Phil, you know, it's all in the game. You know, we're on the stream, we have to give you a bit of a kicking, but sorry about that, you know, we went a bit harsh on you, and I'd like to offer you a couple of £1,000 as a thank you bonus for being on the show and helping us to get where we are now, essentially. But instead they did a podcast where they really like seemed to kick him. I haven't watched it all, so I don't know, but it seems like they've done a podcast where they're giving him a bit more of a kicking the next day. Fair enough, I guess, it's their show, they can decompress in that way, but also he's not there to defend himself at that point. You've already given him the kicking. Feels like now, like with this Nicola Bully stuff, you know, like I'm also beholden to make more Nicola Bully videos because they get more views. They're going to be making Phil videos now for the next like 10 years, aren't they? He's always going to be do you remember when we did this with Phil and we've got something to say about Phil, and Phil's, you know, it's going to get an uptick on their views, so it's going to get an uptick on they're going to, whether they become detractors or not, I don't know, but milking it now. When it becomes this grimy world of YouTube money and finance and milking it, you know, I don't know. Okay, they did a great job on the interview. We got what we wanted as detractors, but it doesn't mean they're great people. They were chuffers beforehand, and the only reason they got the gig is because they weren't detractors. Like, they weren't X and they weren't Y and they weren't Z. They weren't big and successful enough to be Keemstar or anything. They got Keemstar on their show as well, and that was very... you know, if you made an agreement with someone about what's going on the show and then Keem just turns up, and Phil was obviously not happy with it, it's good for them, it was good for Keemstar. I mean, why should I defend Phil? But do you know what I mean? It's a little bit unprofessional, a little bit, we know, don't we? And so for them it's been a huge boon, and I wonder how far or what they would do. You know, like we say to Phil, is there nothing you won't do for money? Well, for them, like, you know, I see why it was good. You smile and play along, you've got Keem on, but I don't like Keemstar that much, me personally. I think he managed to put himself across very nicely there on their show and sell his little thing. Like, Phil's right on that. And Keemstar is not... he hijacked Phil's show so that he could get his own things across, and he's not this virtuous, wonderful person that he thinks he is and says he is. And the way he came across was all managed. So they all got hoodwinked by Keemstar on that. I think Craig's a little bit naive, to be honest. And I think that he thinks this is the making of him on the internet, and that he's now going to achieve what... Like, he's in the same boat as Phil Craig is. Craig's a failed YouTuber from back in the day who thinks that he should be bigger than he is. And he's restarted his Side Scrollers podcast, and he has nothing to say. And he's not relevant. And he's like, no one wants to listen to him talk about computer games. So instead he's managed to get this, like, easy, low-hanging fruit that so many detractors would have loved to have got. Like I said, we couldn't because we put our thoughts out there. He's got it by being a bit sneaky and underhand. So that's not someone who I'm inviting around to my house. Like, there seems to be a lot of love going out for Craig and his friend today from the detractor community, but I reserve my judgment. Just because they did a good interview doesn't mean they are good people. So I reserve my judgment on that. I'm still a bit I know it's weird the way I am, isn't it? I'm not like the other detractors in that way sometimes. You know, I've got a lot of room in my heart for people who would... Like, I was hoping at one point during that... I need to get off this and I need to get back onto Genshin Impact, but... I said a few times Phil's mum got off did his taxes. No, that's me theory. That's my theory. But you know what Phil's like. He's not paying someone to do his taxes. He's not paying money. Like, is he? Is he? And he's not going to show somebody that he doesn't know all his personal stuff. And his mom's going to be controlling. And the reason he had to send her all this other information, she's lent him 10 grand in the past or whatever it was, hasn't she? Like, you know, this fine. I just think that's what's going on there. I just think that's my theory. It's my theory. But yeah, overall, I have more compassion in my heart and find it difficult. I think they could have got somewhere. At one point, he nearly legitly cried. Not when he was portraying fake tears, but nearly legit cried. And I think they could have got somewhere then. And I think he nearly admitted, he got so far down the Champions thing, he nearly admitted it. And then when they did they could have got him on that a bit more. I hoped for more there. I hoped he might have admitted it. Okay, he might not. But when he gave them the direct denials and the outright lies, with the bank statements one, it just got almost confrontational, and then they hadn't got anywhere to go with it. So I think they did quite well, but I don't think they did excellent, because there was, you know, the icing on the cake was not. I mean, maybe that's not going to come from Phil, but maybe someone else with a bit more compassion could have got there in a way. Because at first it seemed like they were on Phil's side. That's why he was on the show. Like, they just had to get this shit out of the way. That's the way they sold it to him. And then it became more and more apparent while we were watching it, they weren't on his side at all, and he'd been hoodwinked into doing it. And that's why he's not going to go back, because they literally got Keemstar on. They literally played a detractor, like they played a detractor voice over the top. Like, haha, big moment for them, but long term they've killed the goose that lays the golden egg, because he will not go back on there. You know, and he came out of his shell a bit to them. He thought he thought it was a safer space, so he came out of his shell. He admitted to some stuff, and what happened? It all backfired in his face. So he's never going to do that again. He's gone back into his shell. His position on Keemstar on the interview, Keemstar said, "No, Phil, this and this and that." He said, "Okay, well, this and this," and they moved forward. Then when he went back on his show, he's back to, no, he called me at the wrong time, and I don't think this. He's gone back to his position. So he got drawn out, and then he went back into his shell. So it's not a complete success in a way. We saw a lot of stuff we wanted to see. We did get a lot of good stuff, but I think I'm just, in reflection, my feelings on reflection are that there was a little bit of, you know, we're accusing Phil of being a disingenuous person. And I think that was a premise of disingenuousness from the hosts anyway. And you know, everything, when you look at it from meta, when you look back and step back, they're more interested in getting detractors to watch their channel and think that they're great. That's what the win for them is, if these detractors would watch my channel and think I'm great, because then I can get money, you know, like big detractor money coming in. And that's what that pastor did. You know, that's what a lot of people do. They see this pie, this community. Like, these people are on the outside of that community, and now they're heroes within it. Lucky for them, they could get the gig, but I'm going to reserve judgment on their personalities until I know a bit more of them. And what I see of their personalities, I don't like, you know, the right wing stuff. You know, if they'll sneak behind someone's back and double cross them to get the Phil, you know, to do that to Phil. Like, most of us would kind of double cross Phil, maybe, would we? I don't know. No, I wouldn't. You know what? Just because it's Phil doesn't mean I'm going to treat him with less respect than I do a human being. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. Yeah, it's a Gundam. It was designed because it was the biggest, like, if you're going to make a short, that's the best one. It was designed for their views and for their memeability and virality of that. You know, that's the choice they made there. That's their choice. That's the choice they made. Yeah. So I feel a bit bitter, like, the way I'm saying these things. I feel like I'm being very critical. I did have to listen to it for 6 hours, and I did have to, you know, I am tired. And now it's infected this. We're not going to talk about it anymore here, but I will have to do a full episode on it. And I don't want to come across bitter. And I'll tell you something else as well. When the whole group is saying, oh, Adam's great and Craig's great, and I'm there, no, they're not that good, I look like the bitter one. You know, I look like the pedantic little shit. So I'm not there to do that. It would make me look bad, and also I don't feel like that person. Like, I don't feel like that's my position on it. You know, you saw us enjoying it yesterday for 6 hours. I wasn't going, oh no, Craig this, oh no, Craig that. You know, sometimes I was praising him, sometimes I was critiquing him. It's only fair. But on reflection, it's this after effect where they did a second podcast today that they spent their entire second podcast talking about DSP. I mean, in a way it's fair because they had all those super chats to get through, so in a way it's fair. But I'm a little bit 50-50 on that. You know, I can see why Phil would think that as well. They didn't say they were going to ring me out for content for the next 6 weeks. They said they didn't want to talk about me for 6 weeks. They wanted to get off me and they wanted to play Mario Kart. And now they're lying to me and they're just going to talk about me for 6 weeks, you know. You got to be careful when you chase the money and when you do what has integrity. Even to someone like Phil, you know, even with someone like Phil,
It's
where
raining
you might
again.
not respect
I couldn't
him.
be happier.
Swish!
Karen sent me some tippies. I didn't expect that while we're doing this. I'll have to check them. Yeah, you've got to be careful where you don't lose your integrity. And especially with Craig and Adam, like, if I could say anything to them, and I don't know them, who am I to say this? But they're having this huge boost. It's like a big success for them. They're going to get heady with it. Don't lose yourself in that money and that success and think you're some super chuffer. Because take triumph and disaster just the same. Careful at this moment. Don't lose your integrity. Don't lose your integrity because that's the main thing you have. Great show tonight on Nicola Bully. Thank you. Karen paid me £10 there for me work on Nicola Bully. Thank you. We've got more of that coming up in the future. For me, it's the same thing as this Phil thing that I'm saying. You know, I've got to be careful not to lose my integrity, though. You know, if I become a Nicola Bully channel and I milk her death for views, that's quite bad. It's not me, integrity there. But the majority of my content in the last 2 weeks has been about her, or the case. It's been more about the other people around the case, that man who found her, that man who married her, this woman who said this stuff. You know, it's not just been about Nicola's death and conspiracy, and we've done other stuff, so it's okay. I've got that variety going on. But yeah, interesting things. Sorry that I've allowed it to completely take over today's episode of this.
Would Bennett count?
Yeah, you're asking me in chat. It's fine. You know, if you want to come here and talk about it, it's fine.
His luck's so bad that as long as you go and add him to the list.
Because I see what's happening here is we're going to go and talk to all the people.
Let me think. Albedo once made. He's even in.
Cool. And
Wait.
oh,
And if you're like really into this as like a story mode thing and all the people, like this is really fun. I want to show you something before we go any further. I was out messing around down here. I was down here, the Falcon Coast, wasn't it? I think. Put a marker, yeah. So I was out down here and I found these people out in the wild. And if you want to talk this stuff about Dark Side Phil as well, I'll tell you this. If you want to just like do Dark Side Phil episodes, like I'm kind of scheduled in like Dark Side Phil to do Genshin Impact at weekends. That's kind of what I do. But it's a big week for the Dark Side Phil stuff. Maybe I should abandon this and not commit to Genshin Impact this weekend and say instead, we need to talk Phil. Let's go on battery exhausted and do more streams. You know, maybe I should do that. I'm quite open-minded. Look, there's people here now. Shit, when I came here before, there was Amber and someone else, and they were out having a walk around. Have I missed them? There was Shen here and other people. Now there's these two. What? Am I tripping? Ah, it doesn't matter. It's just a thing in the game. Now what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to go over here, talk to these people. And don't feel that you can't talk about it in chat if you want, you know, to talk about it here. That's fine. We did talk about it for 6 hours while it was live. It's quite a lot to take on, isn't it? It's quite a lot to take on. I think I might have moved things along by doing this next episode of the chapter, and now the people have gone from
Hi,
out
Collie.
there.
Hope we're not intruding or anything. Is everything okay?
Sucrose! I was preparing some stuff.
I mean, part of me quite enjoys this, but you know what I'm going to say is that I don't enjoy having to watch it and not be part
Is
of
it
it.
time already? Oh no, I'm sorry.
And they could have animated it instead.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
So let's find out what we've got going on. If it's just all talking, I will skip
So
through
let's
it.
pick up.
Next up is the third line. You really think? Then what about Kaya? You think there's some... There's the tone-deaf bard.
Acting Grandmaster Jean, for example. Also,
White guys are still no, we're the
Rosaria doesn't. Oh, Kale. She.
Because the whole
stopped
point
by.
of it
I thought maybe a lot of
is it's a
people might have given
contrived-
her more. That's why I don't.
Hurry
Rosaria
up.
doesn't look.
I can definitely see that.
She's a tough in that case. Ah, true. Oh, and Paimon also nominates Rick.
I've also got someone.
Alrighty, right here.
Wait.
Huh? You
Yes, him.
Come on.
Truth be told, he swore that.
Timaeus has a.
Yes.
Well, who is?
I've never met her. Since we're on the.
But how?
Do you know what? This isn't that good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it any good?
How long is this?
Sounds like a.
Okay.
All they're
so
doing is listing
last-
people's names. It's
Perhaps?
When.
Maybe Kale.
making me
Oh.
angry.
Of course you do. I prefer to read.
Alright then. Clean.
Well,
Do we have? Okie
also,
Please get on with
no
it.
problem. We
you and the trap.
capable. Okay. Rest assured.
Okay. What it is the problem with that is, right, to me it's a contrived way of wasting time so that you spend time in the game
Plan on
doing...
starting from the person with the most stronghold.
How about?
What? I'm on trial characters with Sucrose and Collie, look. Weird. This is a contrived way of wasting our time in a way, isn't it?
Here we are. Lisa
Lots of
Slate.
talking.
Lisa, might I ask if.
And the other thing is, we want to meet all the characters because that's what sells the game, all the characters. So now look, here they all are. And how is Sino and Albedo and this chuffer tonight? How are they all here? What are they all doing?
What are you doing here?
Like, it seems weird that we should all be together. Well, let's just write a really whatever nonsensical contrived story to force them to interact, please. Let's get them all going on some nonsense journey. And it will turn out to be nonsense. So this is just about making you attached to the characters so you can see them and be part of it. And like, it's not really the game as such, this isn't. This is like some, like I said, contrived nonsense to waste our time and to make us feel that we're more connected to these characters, to drag them all into the story when they don't necessarily
I can
fit.
only sucrose that they were Kale-ing on someone.
Good joke.
Surprising is.
Except me.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh?
And I hate it. I hate it. I don't want to be just clicking the button and waiting and clicking the button and waiting for them to talk.
I see.
But there's no rap.
The sucrose map.
yep. So, we don't have.
Sounds like a good.
Agreed.
Understood.
Like a little bit of this
Also
and then you go and do some fighting. Or a little
let's
bit of
get them
this
off
and
the
then you go and do
list.
something.
Carry on.
Just
Already
this. I can't stand it. And I've got to the point now in Genshin where I know where I stand about this.
I'm pleasantly surprised to see those two introverts.
Do you get the feeling?
Yes,
Traveling and.
This is giving it a
isn't
-1.
rediscovered-
When I
It used
first
to be a
met
10 out of
Kale,
10. No, it's a
that
9.
things are different.
Kale is a very. From the time she's been in.
So.
I wouldn't say that.
Would it really
We
kill-
learn about the
Fine.
character.
Well, it won't hurt.
Sounds like an extension.
You could say that.
I suppose it. As such, academic resources equate to social capital. It is not but the
If you
relationship.
want me to sit through this,
So.
make it an animation.
I would think of us more
I can understand what you described. By the way,
Let's not go.
in terms of age.
But you're mentally.
No.
It's actually a bad stream, isn't it? From what I'm doing, I'm like, for my broadcast purposes, it's a bad stream. I can't sit through it. Imagine I hadn't clicked that and we've been here for the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes of that, and it's just nonsense.
Guess we'll leave Kale and let's try our luck at a lot of people.
Head to the Mondstadt bulletin board. Jesus.
Body and mind.
Right, now I'm sort of... What am I doing that for? Now I'm running about. What are they doing? Oh, that's a... This is a commission. She's got a uniform, look. She's got the Adventurers Guild. Yes, well done. Some characters get an arc. That's her sister. Remember, we healed her up. We gave her lots of medicine. Then we helped her with her quest to become an adventurer. Now she's a transport balloon escort. Go with Anna to complete her commission. We can do in a minute. But first, haven't we got... Isn't this the bulletin board? No, this is not the bulletin board, right?
Time to act. Body and mind.
Oh, look, they're all over here. I love this shit when they're all over in the places, to be honest. I do like that, seeing the characters all about.
Just as we hoped. There's a load of people here.
But I cannot... Oh, this is the character they're introducing, so they're going to make a big thing of this character and what a cool chuffer he is.
Even Lisa's...
Hey there, traveler.
We've been doing...
You look so...
Teacher is.
Mika's here to...
Hello, everyone. My name is Mika.
And
no
we've met him
need to be
before.
so...
Windblume.
Actually, we...
A prophecy?
A good one?
Gosh, that I can't believe I...
Believe. Right.
Okay.
Oh, there's
A meticulous...
I will think.
You still have other people...
This is worse than the Pac-Man balloons.
And even if we don't...
Oh, you're working...
Like, and sometimes they do this, which is worse as well. They could animate that. Like, they've got the money and the capability.
Where to next? Let me check my notes.
Blacking out like I'm playing
This way.
Pokemon.
Got it. Kale, please follow me.
Christ, what's this now? Find someone that matches the prophecy right here. There they are.
Oh, it's our lucky day.
They're all here. Because of course they all have to be here, don't they? Every character under the sun.
Oh, it's Sucrose!
Ah, Clee.
And Clee also spies the girl with the long scarf.
See, now it's cheered up. Now it's fine. Now I can watch
Cully,
this.
we were just talking about you.
Amber and everyone.
Right, I don't think you've been introduced to Noelle before. Cully, this is Noelle, maid of the Knights of Favonius.
Maid. Oh, she's never going to get to be a damn knight, is she?
Nice to meet you, Kale.
She looks
I
high.
missed you the last few times you were in Mondstadt, so I'm glad to finally meet you in person.
No problem, Noelle.
Oh,
Nice to meet
Relax, you two. There's no need to be so courteous. We're
There's
not
Eula.
on some kind of diplomatic mission here.
Clee, what are you doing here? Are you planning to blast some fish?
Nope. Clee's on patrol with the other knights.
Nice.
Now that you mention it, it looks like everyone here is a Knight of Favonius except for Kale and me.
No, she's a maid of Favonius. She's not a knight, and she needs to get, you know, she need. But look at this cool picture of the Knights of Favonius. I like this. I'm going to do my thumbnail. Wait, I need to get... Where's me? I always do this for me thumbnail. Let's set the camera up. I'm a bit big there, aren't I? My head's massive compared to hers. But now I'm down here kissing the titties, so that's not right. They look cool though, they look cool. Now I'm enjoying it all of a sudden.
I'd heard that there was a very young knight in the rings, but it's still a surprise to see with my own eyes.
That's a cool screenshot and a half.
Kale, what do you do? I'm a trainee forest ranger in the Avidia Forest.
But really, this is just nonsense talk, isn't it, that I don't need to watch?
Trainee?
It's kind of like time wasting.
It means I'm not officially a fully qualified
I know what it
forest-
means.
Oh, you're just like me. I'm still working towards becoming a fully qualified knight.
Technically, though the distinction is hardly relevant right now. This isn't a very formal patrol. We're just chatting.
Don't panic, Kale. Just pick a topic and join the conversation. Don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic. It's just Amber and her friends. There's no need to be nervous.
Bless. This is quite interesting.
Let me
But-
guess.
Not very interesting.
Yep, a few...
Amber!
At least I didn't say anything about what the surprises are.
Oh no. How am I supposed to join this conversation now?
Speaking of nice surprises,
What kind of surprise? Tell me! Tell me! I'm saved. Secros is giving me a lead-in.
I can't deal with this.
what an interesting prophecy. I have no idea what the answers could be, though.
It's a...
So essentially, you're gathering information to help you solve the riddles, correct? I'll do my best to help.
Thank you so much, Eula.
Anytime.
Go on then.
There's no need to answer right away. We'll put a mailbox next to the crafting bench for people to drop us a note once they've thought of something.
They do look cool together, don't they?
I'll drop something in there for sure.
Nice idea. I think we can all commit to writing a note. We'll see what we can come up with.
Yep, don't worry. You can count on us. But we do have to finish our patrol first.
What route are you taking today?
We started in the Stormbearer Mountains and will end at the city gates. You'd be very welcome to join us, but it sounds like you're pretty busy with all this.
No. There's always next time. We'll join up with you after we're done working through this prophecy.
Oh, yeah, so, we'll be on our way for now.
See you later. Have a safe trip back.
Like, it's really good for what I'm used to in games. Like, when I grew up as a gamer, you know, this kind of character models doing the
Are you okay, Collie?
stuff. It's really good, but I just
Was it
it's
that
still
obvious?
because they're stunted and they're
no,
like it's
not
like
at all.
watching dolls or
It just
animatronics
looked like you had something on your mind.
rather than actors.
So that means it was obvious.
So because there's a limited amount of range of emotion and you know, because there's a limited amount of animation in these dolls, the voice acting, which is really great, loses some of its punch. You know, then they all stopped, then they turned, then they all walked off. It was like robots. So you really need to get animating this because it's losing what you're trying to put across and it's making me feel like it's a waste of my time.
Whatever's bothering
Thanks, Sucra. Well,
Really?
we
And maybe it's because I'm not interested in the
I don't
relationships
know.
between these
The
two
first
young
time I came
girls.
to Mondstadt, I
You
was
know-
without Amber. I might not even be here today. And because of that, I really look up to her. I think of her as my role model and hoped that maybe one day I could learn to be like her.
And I think for certain people playing this, like, this is not aimed at me as a gameplay experience, this bit. But other people might really love this bit, so, you know, I shouldn't poo-poo it too much. I should be open-minded
But
enough.
after trying and failing for several years, I think I finally realized I'm no Amber, and I never will be.
And I know I've been talking for a bit. We've been 40 minutes in. All I've had to do today is press spacebar, you know, like...
Looking back, it seems silly that I ever thought like that. We're nothing alike at all. My personality's so... weird.
We're gonna have to go and
I always
bash a
get
boss
so
after this.
anxious and I overthink everything.
Aw, Collie.
Sucrose? Would it be okay if I...
This is awful, because it's not even it's animated. It's just blackout writing. Get rid of it. Lovely shot. Lovely image.
I already knew. No. People don't open up about their deepest feelings. But even so, you still listen to me when I talk my head off about alchemy.
I know.
If you hadn't...
Real?
Yeah, all the feelings
going
that
out
you
with each
talked
other
about
now?
just now. I totally get it. When you were saying about how you try to think about what to... In fact, before meeting you... I'm not very good at giving words of comfort or anything. And I'm not gonna tell you to just get over it or stop worrying about it.
Sucrose has stopped talking, and Sumeru, Mondstadt's breeze is so gentle and soft.
Hey, Collie. See that?
Thank you, Sucrose.
Yeah. It helps a lot, doesn't it?
This is
Your
bad.
Two of my favorite
This is
things
bad.
I've made.
I can't...
Oh!
I brought some crackers with
How am I
me.
going to do this?
Sure!
Like, if this is what this is going to be
look,
like,
they're enjoying the scenery together.
how are we going to get through it?
Shall we go?
No, it's...
We're not what... There is.
There's going to be hours of this. I don't want my stream to be this. Go to Star Snatch Cliff. Go there. This is what I get to do. I go there. And then they're going to go talking and talking and talking. It's supposed to be emotional. It's supposed to be this and that. It's not. It's boring. And then all my favourite characters are there. But I'm not that, like, you know... I've seen them now.
Star Snatch Cliff! We made it!
Help!
Who's that yelling? Let's hurry.
You know, I'm not that bothered about this.
Timaeus!
Everyone has to be in this story.
What kind of a motley crew is this?
It's been a while, traveler.
You two are looking.
Yep, we're definitely faring a lot better than this poor guy on the ground.
Hey, please.
Oh, you're one.
I know.
Don't mention it. Just lending a hand.
Quite
Some
a little
contrived reason for us to be up here.
But you still can.
Well, yes,
Oh, I hope.
It's rare to run.
I don't have a death. I'm telling.
Okay,
I was looking.
So that?
just trying our.
Huh?
I mean, who's done this to us? Who's written this?
I see.
I can't.
Watch it turn out to be a load of bullshit
I
at
came
the end
here
as well.
because I wanted to give some Cecile.
No.
Oh. You.
You said you need clues, right?
You can be on.
Alright, then let's head back for now and meet.
Will do.
Unbelievable. Go to the alchemy. I'm at Star Snatch Cliff, mate. I'm as far away from the alchemy bench as you can make me. I can go back. Why did they get to teleport and I didn't? Why not just take me back? Go to the alchemy crafting bench. I know where it is. Oh, it's round here. Look, this is something different. Here, look, they've got a little letterbox. Ah.
We're back! Oh, but it looks welcome back. Yep!
We got back don't worry. We've already wrapped up everything. Traveler, Paimon.
You're definitely your. Wait. Actually, there's one thing that still needs taking care of.
I want my dinner. You can shut up.
Now would be a good time for a break. Once everything is ready.
Sounds like a plan.
Someone was listening to them. Ooh, except I don't care at all. Go to Good Hunter. I don't know why I'm so negative about this one, but the main story in the game is brilliant.
Ooh, hey,
And doing all the stuff in the game is brilliant.
Is everything packed?
Yes, everything's ready.
I suppose I should just sit back and enjoy it like it's an anime, but
I
not
must
very good if
remember to
that's the
get
case. It's a
some milk
very
today
bad
on my
anime.
way home. Please, feel free to pay a visit to Cat's Tail anytime.
Enjoying the scenery?
Oh, Tone Deaf Bard! Are you here for some food as well?
Oh, I shall take you up. Anywho, behold,
What is it?
it's what you need the most right now.
Sorry, I'm complaining.
The answer to the prophetic puzzle? Simply head to the If I were you, a secret is like a well-aged brew.
It's just
The aroma from the bottle is sweet, then it's settled.
Oh, you're.
I sure ain't. Anyway,
what it is. It's a wild goose chase.
He
It's
always looks so relaxed whenever we run into him.
Excuse me. If you don't mind,
Oh? Who are you?
you may call me Scarlet. Just like you, I'm a traveler visiting Mondstadt from another land.
Hello?
Mind if I buy you a drink?
Absolutely not, Scarlett, but I'll be buying the drinks, thank you very much. Why don't you take a seat and let me tell you about this lovely hat you've got on. And what a big, nice, warm coat. Where are you from? Big smiley face. You're my new favourite. Scarlett, you've got your own name. You're a character. You've got gloves on. Intriguing.
Leaving the door open for another time, I see. I can tell that you've dealt with a lot of people during your travels.
Little boots. Big fan of boots, remember? Genshin Impact boots. I like boots. Leggings.
You can tell? Well, we are very experienced adventurers after all.
I can. That's why I tried to strike up a conversation with you in the first place. I was on my way to go shopping earlier when I overheard your conversation next to the crafting bench. From what I could gather, you are trying to investigate a bizarre prophecy?
Yep, bizarre is definitely the word.
Paimon!
Don't you think it sounds just like the kind of story that would happen in Mondstadt? Anyway, that's why I wanted to ask you a favor. If and when you manage to unravel the answer to the prophecy, could you let me know what it is?
Look at her eyes. Got very, like, cat eyes.
Not so much the prophecy itself, but Mondstadt as a nation. That's what I'm interested in. I was born in a distant land, but I have family and friends who once lived in Mondstadt for a long time. They said that it's a great place full of fairy tales and romance and recommended that I come for a visit. As it happens, someone I know has an anniversary coming up soon. So I figured this would be a good time to come here and see all the sights that she once saw.
Scarlett's very mysterious.
What do you think about Mondstadt so far?
It certainly lives up to its name as the city of romance and freedom. So, about the prophecy. Thank you. You're
She's
very
going to be a
friendly.
fatui.
It's been a real pleasure to meet you.
We're very friendly. Oh, I like you. Give you a kiss. My new favourite. Give you a kiss. Give you a little kiss. It's perked up, hasn't it? It's improved.
I'll leave it to you then. I hope you continue to enjoy the city and have a wonderful day.
Suddenly Genshin Impact improved with the introduction of Scarlet there. She's gone now, though. She's turned and walked off in a very
She definitely isn't dressed like a local, huh?
robotic
Where do you
fashion.
think her hometown could be?
Sheshnaya.
Please find me a flower that is not of this world, and a guide to find me.
I know, it's the
one
little
who would
mystery
never-
thing.
I never thought I'd have someone secretly following me, even in a free city like Mondstadt. Good day to you, miss.
Oh, she got a number. Scarlet spotted you, Rosie. That was the best bit. Wait until the next morning. Will do.
It's time! It's time! Let's go meet Sucrose and Kale at the crafting bench!
Okay, but before we do, I want to show you this. I mean, if you're still here with me, because I'm skipping through this chuffer, and like, you know, it's one of them, but check out my dear. My dear. She's level 74 of 80 now. Got quite close to her 80 stuff. These are not so hard to find, actually. These are quite popular in some of the caves. Quite popular. There's quite a lot of them in some of the caves. Already got these gemstones building up for Hu Tao, so we've got that. Got as many as we need that. So she's well on her way. Well on her way. Her talents, 6s and 7s. We just need to smash in the puppet again, get some puppet strings, 6s and 7s. So she's well on the way there. Her artifacts are not the best set, but they are Flame Maiden, Witch of Flames. So they're cool. They're a cool set, but they're not the best of the sets. We don't have an option yet. But we're going to go and grind some more of those, get those sorted. She's looking really good. Her weapon, of course, is the archaic. We decided on that, attack over attack with extra attack damage. And the sword looks lovely with her. So she's great. One of my favourite characters of all time, Genshin. We've got her. We're lucky. We've leveled her right up. She's in the squad now, basically. I'm now actually at a point where, when I'm doing my little daily grind, I'm actually varying my squad quite a bit. Got a lot of choices.
Got a job for me?
Certainly do, love. And enjoying having Yao Yao Beans on the squad.
Yao Yao's here!
But I also really enjoy having Dory on the squad as well.
Hurry up! Mora, wait for no.
So I've got quite a few good characters now that we're swapping in and out of. It's really lots of fun.
Hey, we're here!
Let's see what this holds.
Traveler, Paimon, great timing. We got a lot of letters in the mailbox.
Okay.
Nice work!
Well,
Take a look at the clue board and read the letters. Yeah.
Welcome. How can I help you?
A flower that's not of this world. Everyone sent me a letter. A clock in the shape of a flower, she says. Rare plants, he says. He's not going to tell me what he thinks. Oh, I don't have any time for that at all. Sucrose.
Let me quickly summarize what we found out about a flower that is not of this world.
Please don't. I just read the letters.
Tainari believes that I'm
I
closer
know.
As for Mayan,
I know.
Mona said that Mika didn't. Amber also wrote in.
As for one Timaeus,
And finally, Misa
Unbelievable.
believes so. You're.
or
I don't care what any of them think.
Wait! Wait for me!
No, this guy. No, this guy.
oh, Timaeus, what brings you here?
I'm sorry, I really am. The time just got away from me and I didn't get around to writing that letter.
If they don't let me
However,
beat someone up with my swords
I'm
and
happy to
skills
announce that I think I can be the one who would never lie.
in this episode, I'm going to be
This is
cross.
kind of sudden.
I'm going to have to go and do my daily commissions just to make myself feel
Not that
happy.
we don't trust you, Timaeus, but could you elaborate a little after you catch your breath?
Of course, of course. Do you still remember the time I...
Rings a bell,
well,
whatever.
Wait. So we always assumed.
No, anyway.
So
Well, that's right. I know. But yesterday, Albedo told me that sucrose... And when I feel I've been spent...
Oh,
And that's why...
But then.
yeah. Haven't you been planning this for over?
Well, yes, I explained. I made sure... point...
Well, you.
Thank you.
Ah, thank you.
Okay. Great. Let's. Okay. Paimon will
Look
do
at us
the
all.
honors.
Clee's there.
We have with us here the flower, the guide, the legend, and Timaeus.
Huh? Why did you only say Timaeus' name? You should say my name, too.
Yeah.
All right. We also have Clee.
Yeah.
That's me!
More of that.
Here, this all somehow feels like we're getting ready for a field trip.
There's nothing wrong with a more relaxed atmosphere, is there?
Albedo, have you figured out your answer?
Of course.
Actually,
Boring.
Me too. Yeah.
Actually,
I know what you're feeling.
Well, does...
Oh, we know something about that.
Apparently.
what?
They both did that at the same time that time.
Wow.
I don't know
Then
any
we'll
of
let
this
you lead the
because I didn't
way.
listen to any of it, but I don't care because it'll just tell me where to go and then we get to do something eventually. Go to where the lantern of utmost joy is. It's 800 meters away in this direction. Let me get rid of that. Steve's going to be on
According to the map,
Decepticon.
it should be somewhere around here.
Thanks. Steve's going to be on.
Let me take a look. Oh, it should be.
Forget it. Forget it. Steve will be on Decepticon tomorrow talking Darkside Phil, as we were earlier. I'll be checking that out.
I don't see any lanterns here.
Now that I think about it,
I hate it when we do something and then they talk about.
anything about what the
how-
lantern utmost joy actually looks like, right?
Do you know what I mean? We've
Maybe
wasted our
we've
time then,
overlooked
yeah?
something?
Because this isn't what we're supposed to be, and like, oh, and then we've got to talk about it, and eventually we get to like, just a
Traveler.
waste of. It's filler.
Are you
Filler,
trying to
that's what
figure
it
out
is.
something else?
Paimon's reading too.
This is the lettuce and the tomato in your sandwich.
But there's nothing.
It's all right, you know, but on its own, it's a bit like rubbish, really. You have to have it as part of the full sandwich.
What a strong wind current.
Come on then,
Let's...
Huh?
Here.
let me forget you. Let me. Right, my turn.
This is the
Shut
first
up,
time I've
Timaeus.
ever flown like this.
We're going for dinner on this rock in the air. I mean, didn't you know this is where this was going to end up? No, it's ridiculous. This is what we're doing.
How did this little island get up
No,
here
I don't
just
know.
to be safe?
It's
I've been
contrived.
jotting down. Oh, good. Who would have thought we'd find
Sit
this
down,
kind
there'll
of
be an
deal
Adeptus
here?
turn up, it might even be Zhongli.
I never would have...
There seems...
Oh, it's something to do with the lantern, right? This is what we're
Take your
doing.
seat. Present well.
Yeah,
as-
you
So
know.
we just need to.
Wait a second. We'd better make sure this place is safe.
Oh,
before
forget it, Albedo. This is the whole lantern right thing. This is what it's all about.
Well, other
Wasted our time there, didn't
How
we,
is
Albedo?
everything, Albedo?
Nothing. There's nothing. I found nothing. Everything's
But
fine.
I...
Yeah.
Well, everyone?
That's
Ah, I get what he means. If we do it...
I don't...
see. Mona?
Oh, are you? Thank you for. Well, Albedo, there's a strength, but if nothing.
What do you mean, Mona? Who could it be?
Never mind.
Yes.
Come on, join us, Mona.
Oh, all right.
Okay, you can do it.
Then
What's
I would
happening?
fetch a tetragenic sweet flower.
All right, I'm up next. My part of the...
Kali, I hope you found your answer.
My answer is that I will be that guide. For a long time, I have been guided by others,
right.
although I want to help others.
All right. It's up to me to answer the third part. I'll submit myself as one who would never lie.
Good one.
Although
And last but not least, I will answer the
Clee,
no
Clee,
tale more
Clee,
befitting
Clee,
the title of
Clee,
a
Clee, Clee.
legend that never.
Wait, the lantern just lit up!
Oh, no Clee.
Whoa! All four sides of the Huh? But...
Kale, could I ask you to stand up for a second?
Oh, all right.
Rude.
Huh? What's going on?
It's a
Why
trick.
is it lighting up regardless of who's...
It's pretty clear now, isn't it?
There's no right answer.
We've...
No right answer?
Although
No, it's
the
just a bit of
instruction...
fun. It's a long load of bullshit.
And to think, I never expected you to actually find this place.
Didn't you?
what? There's someone else here?
What? It's this
We meet
woman from
again,
the start.
traveler.
Of course.
Hey, you that
Yes.
It's all thanks to you that I was able to find this place.
She's come with us. She
Good
wanted to
thing
find
that
it,
you were
remember?
too preoccupied with the prophecy to notice someone tailing you from the shadows.
We even promised that we'd tell her about it, to be honest, so I don't know why she had to follow us and to hide.
Oh, is that so?
Wait, really?
Well, yeah. Rosie's been following
There's
you.
no need for pleasantries.
Is it just
We're
because
all
I
here
was
now.
There when you.
I got it.
It's hard not.
All right. Huh? Don't worry. Even though you probably have... In fact, many of you here today may have heard the code name of the one who left the prophecy to me. She hailed from an ancient assembly of powerful women, each of whom used a single letter to signify themselves.
Who would have guessed? It seems that power was indeed left behind by the old hag after all.
I knew it was to do with Clee. They're talking about Clee's mom here. So Clee's mom left the prophecy. I thought it was Clee, but it's Clee's mom.
Ah, so you're B's student. It's an honor to meet you. I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
All right, she's like basically Mona. Wow, Scarlett's banging.
Well, what are you talking about?
Wait till she takes that coat off. I bet she's got some really wicked clothes on under there.
It's a long story, but I'm not quite sure that I'm the best person to tell it. Since you've all spent so
Please
much time and
animate it.
energy
Please
trying
animate
to decipher
it.
this prophecy, you must also
Please.
The lantern has already been
Come on
lit.
then.
Now then,
Let's go.
please
Big
allow
animation.
me to disturb your happy peace.
Go on. Let's have it.
Huh. Why did this little thing just light up?
That's not
How
good enough.
strange.
Hello? On the other side of the lantern. Can you hear me over there?
Mom?
Oh, I hear many youthful voices.
Madam, I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Oh, since we've last gathered, Jay's successor has already become so reckless and bold. Unbelievable.
Wait. Why are you talking just like the old hag?
Old hag? Who would dare say that? Is that Mona?
Who are you? Who dares imitate my master?
I mean, we've taken a long way to get here, but this is banging.
And what of imitation and mimicry? It has always been a fool's errand to mimic and learn from humanity.
She's British.
Aunt Alice, I'm here too.
It's Clee's mommy.
Mom, why are you trying to talk like other people?
Ah, so I see everyone's here. Well then, my warmest greetings, everyone.
Miss Alice, why would you...
Well, it's been many years since this lantern last lit up. You can't blame me for thinking that one of the old friends from my youth may have decided to catch up again.
Why she sounds so coy all of a sudden?
And if I recall correctly, we left this lantern in the care of the Animo Archon Barbados. You must be commended for uncovering an artifact entrusted to the god of wind himself. Tell me, are you sitting around my beloved tea party table?
Well, sort of.
It's a really long table.
Oh, so you are. I suppose this means even the Animo Archon has granted you entry to this place. Was all of this Scarlet's doing?
Yeah.
Wait. Paimon's completely lost now. So what was this assembly you were talking about earlier?
Oh, Miss Alice, would it be all right to leave the explanation of that to you?
Please.
Well, you should be rewarded for making it all the way up here and activating the lantern. Now then, let me tell you a long and ancient story.
Animate it. There we go. Finally. This is the
Ever
good
heard
shit.
The Hexenzirkel? As the spooky name suggests, it's a secret society. Once upon a time, it even challenged the Animo Archon himself. But he replied, "Let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song." From then on, the mages would only ever convene in the woods, in the skies, or on the edges of cliffs. At these tea parties, they discussed their stories and secrets and resolved their differences, as the tea and cakes bore witness to their pledge never to fight amongst themselves.
Yesterday I snuffed out the life of my beloved. He had grown old and was extremely sick. He loved me dearly, so I took his fate in my hands and ended his pain.
I'm raising a son. Of all the children I had, he's the only one left. But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
My lifespan is nothing compared to yours, so I wish to leave you with my storybook. Actually, maybe you can pass it on to your children one day.
Oh, this looks interesting. Let me scry.
My dear sisters, we mustn't let prophecies threaten our bonds of friendship. Even the most frightening witch was once a little girl, and growing up can be so tough. Sometimes we all need to vent our troubles to the wind. Even if the nations go to war, or the sky falls down, the mages' tea parties shall forever be held around this table.
You're the mages. You're the ones that are there, aren't you?
This is where the legendary mages held their meetings.
But they're not there
That's
now.
right. We often met here to chat and have tea.
But look who's here.
Then what about the part saying that if we light the lantern of utmost joy, we'd receive a supreme blessing?
About that. I never expected anyone other than Jay to actually read the full contents of that prophecy. It's a little embarrassing. The truth is, that prophecy was actually just a letter that we sent to Jay as a group the day before her wedding.
What?
So it was indeed written by all of you.
I must thank you for resisting the urge to immediately reveal the truth to everybody, Albedo. Knowing you, you probably figured out everything the moment you laid eyes on the message.
No, it took me a little longer
See,
than that.
why isn't...
A flower that is not of this world, a guide who will never get lost, one who would never lie, and a legend that never ends. These 4 descriptions signify 4 individual mages.
Yeah, we all get that, Alice. Like, this bit should be animated like that last bit was, and then we could have watched it for the last... Instead of an hour, it would have taken about 20 minutes, and it would have been banging all the way through. Instead, we've had to laboriously click through all of the character models, laboriously animated and going through all these individual lines. It's just a strange choice to me now to contrast it with that wonderful animation and then to have to sit through this.
When a member of the organization had to leave the group to spend the rest of her days with her beloved, the other mages would write down this prophecy and send it to her to invite her for a final get-together. A flower that is not of this world signifies, of course, flowers that do not naturally exist in this world. This is the signature of our full name, Rhindaughter, also known as Gold.
Rhindaughter.
If there's anyone in this world who could create a flower species that does not yet exist, it would be her.
So it's just bullshit.
The guide who will never get lost is N, otherwise known as Nicole.
Nicole.
You may not have encountered her yet, but she is a truly extraordinary woman who has made this world's direction and order her subject of study.
Looking forward to it.
Some of you may be fortunate enough to have already heard her voice. She has a tendency to suddenly speak in someone's mind without any warning.
She could have been the one who spoke to me, apparently, while we were investigating Navin.
If one day you would be unfortunate enough to run into a truly dangerous situation, she may use her voice to guide the way forward for you.
This is like deep lore that we're getting now, like...
Who would have guessed that there are so many mysterious women in this world?
Another layer.
That they would all...
The one who would never lie is... me.
Okay.
As for a legend that never ends, you may not know M in person, but you've likely encountered one of her works. Have any of you ever read The Boar Princess?
Yes.
Huh?
It's all... Don't you think such a person...
It may sound hard to believe, but I can attest to everything that Alice...
Do you also...
Title aside, I think I'm more interested in the meaning and purpose of the Hexen Circle. I used to think that the Hexen Circle was a group of women who could control the very fate of this world.
Do you think less of us now?
No, not at all.
You're right. I've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors, but you are different.
Oh, has someone finally piqued Aunt Alice's interest?
Now is not a good time, Scarlet, but as soon as
So the mage who received the prophecy letter from all of you...
Precisely. There was only, please come to see us again.
So you're not there now? Are you all dead or something?
All journeys are fleeting and will have... Dear child, I believe you can also understand what I am talking about. But no matter how hard things may become, as long as we can be with our beloved friend...
I still don't get it, but I do know that all the mages are Mom's best friends.
If you ask how I see it, the Hexen Circle is just a group of ladies that I spent my youth with. Anyway, I'll introduce some of the other members to you all later. I still have a few things to attend to, so this will have to do for today.
I get it, I get it.
Todoko says bye too.
Okay. Oh.
Goodbye, darling, and farewell to all of our other friends as well. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Oh, now that I think of it, isn't it getting close to that time of year?
Yes, it's Windblume again, Alice.
Now that they've got me in a slightly emotional state, now because I'm feeling slightly emotional about that, the friends thing and all that, then they're going to do the Windblume, and hopefully it's going to be a lovely animation, it's going to do all the Genshin Impact music, and I'm going to feel sad.
It's also a special anniversary date.
Go on,
I'm sure
do
you
it to
still
me,
remember.
go on. Let's have it.
Yes, I do remember now. It was on this day, many, many years ago, that Jay tied the knot. Oh, just in time for the Festival of Love and Freedom. Everyone, please enjoy this year's Windblume Festival to the fullest.
Whoa! Ah! Albedo! Why didn't you tell me we'd have to glide all the way back down?
What do you want me to do now? Return to Mondstadt? It's all the way over there. They could have just done a big animation then and had me going, but instead, now we're doing this. Oh, here we go. Good old Mondstadt. I love Mondstadt. Come on, let's get on with it, please.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just a little glider sick, that's all.
You may want...
It sounds like...
But of course.
If anything, it...
Oh, no.
Well...
Oh, Miss...
Hey, you three? You may want to look over there.
Huh? Miss Yingar?
Miss Yinger?
Oh, so that's Miss Yingar? I've never met her before.
Miss Yinger?
Yep, that's her.
I am so sorry.
Who the hell's Miss Yinger?
Well, of course I am. I'm so...
I was ready to give you a harsh scolding. But now that I've seen you like this, you said
she's
you
from somewhere
couldn't
else.
come to pick me up
She's
because
Timmy
of a
S from
very
somewhere else.
important
Got it.
Why would...
Oh, really?
The adventure has come to an end.
I am so glad
There
to
goes
see
Clay.
Timaeus find his happiness.
Good.
I have to... You can be happy.
But I've never visited. Maybe I'll get... Since we... But...
It was nice to see you all here, yeah.
That's a top... My mom brought it, but she also... Why don't you...
Okay. They are really having a great This texture...
Yep, it's... They're super... I'm also...
Thank you.
Kale? I've heard that.
I don't know what... Oh, really?
Of course.
Huh? It was like a little cloud of happiness, but now it flew away.
Well, luckily, I'll keep working.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like...
Master Turn...
If your friendship...
That's it.
All that matters.
Oh, that reminds me. Traveler, Sino...
I'm a master.
Can you believe this guy? Wait, huh? Yeah.
Got that.
I made these bookmarks from Sumeru roses at the hotel during Windblume.
But Tainari...
Well...
Oh, and... Whoa, are these really for us?
So...
Although they're not... I want to give the real blessing.
Everyone's got flowers.
Sucrose. Huh? Doesn't it look just like your test tube?
And our friendship is some magic in the air. And that's that. To be not to be continued. Finished. Completed. Thanks. Blue box. I should have a blue box. No. I'm tripping. No blue box. Got Collie's Windblume, look. Seeds. Weird. No blue box though. Frankly. Feel disappointed. Cheated. What?
Did you hear what happened?
I mean, I did skip through it all, but like, what? What was that? And it says if I complete that, I get that. But I haven't got that. I've got all this stuff. Haven't done the test run yet. How long have we got that? 3 days. Got the weekend. This weekend then we're going to be doing vibro crystal verification. I'm glad I've finished Windblume, to be honest. Like, some of these mini games are a bit of a chore to me rather than a joy. The story mode should have been a bit of a joy. Like, in theory, it's like it's all there. You've got Collie, she's turning up at Mondstadt, and at first it was great, and then we were getting into it and it just went a bit too far, a bit lengthy, a bit contrived, a bit verbose. Not enough action, far too much conversation. And then they got to the emotional part which I hadn't really been that deeply invested in, but I got the point. And I think if you maybe were investing in these characters a little more, and it was about how a young girl finds it difficult to relate and to get into conversations and stuff, and then she came out of her shell a bit. Maybe they should have made more of that story. And like I said, just animate it for me. You do such a good job of it. Do it. Don't make me have to click through it with the character models doing this and this and this and this and this all the time. Just do the animation. It'd have been so much better. Trim it down a bit. Don't stress that, we want them to be online for like, an hour during this. That's going to be half an hour. That's going to be half an hour. That's 3 hours. That's an hour and a half of content right there, all written in, as long as you don't click through it too quick. That's not the way to think of it. Either it's meaningful and it's important, or it's getting over the top and boring. Trim it down. Be a bit like, as an editor here, trim that down, make it more concise. Do it better, please, and animate it more. And then where's my blue box? I don't have it. Where's that? Should have a blue box somewhere. Let's go through all of these menus then. It's not in this menu. It's certainly not in this menu, is it? Could it be here? What about this? And whatever it is, I want it. I assume maybe it opened automatically when I completed the quest and I got the thing inside it, which was like Collie's flower or some shit. It's not here. These are all purple. These are the only blues here. It's not blue here. It's not here. It's not a teapot thing. Is it? No. Who's doing this to me? Why have they done this to me? Reward, 1 blue box. Where it is, not I see. Not I see. I bet it's something really good and everyone opened it and got it and it was brilliant. Because I skipped it, I missed it and it's gone. No blue box for me. Right, well that's that anyway. Windblume's done. Screw Windblume. But I have been doing all my commissions around Mondstadt recently. It's been fun. Look at that. You can't get it. You can't... Like, you get these moments of beauty, like... all that writing and all that contrivance, but I'm still just happy being here in Mondstadt with the sun going down and the sky darkening and my cool new character, and like Genshin Impact's so good. Even after all that, it's still a 10 out of 10, even though it did that to me. You lose a point here for this, you lose a point there for that, but you're still a 10 out of 10. No game that I've ever played has ever come anything near close to what Genshin Impact has given me. It's free to play. I can't sing its praises enough sometimes. I think if I'd played World of Warcraft back in the day, it would be on the lines of that level of
Rain outlines your
magnitude.
You asked for it.
Oh, it's got up in the air. Cheeky chuffer. Oh, I nearly dead, right. Messing with me. Did you come down from up there?
Everyone hold hands.
Dead. Over here for our next bit, Pudgy Pyrotechnics. This is more like it now I'm back into it. You know, please note, when you're actually getting to play the game, it's brilliant. Do a bit of Pudgy Pyrotechnics. Done this a million times. Still fun though. Smashing hilly churls. Gonna check my hilly churl counter after this. Boom!
Let's get it on!
Let's get it on!
Rain cutter!
Committed to memory. Make yourselves at home. I see everything.
not cooking, thank you. Not cooking. Picking up my stuff. What's still alive here now? You. We're all gonna get it now, you chuffers. Knocked her over, that was excessive.
Buckle up! Gloves off!
Let me weave you a verse.
Where have you gone?
Body and mind.
Get alive!
Nice. Commission complete. I like it. Smashing things up with Deo. Like, we got Hu Tao recently, and Hu Tao, obviously, big character for me. But Dia, I'm so glad we got her now. Like, we got lucky to get her. We might have been able to drum up a few more primos before the banner, you know, runs out, but so lucky to get her, and she's one of the coolest characters in the game as far as I'm concerned. I love the big swords. I love her poise, her attitude. I love her voice acting's brilliant. Like, the character, the yeah, like the 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Cool as fuck. I even think she's got quite a good, like, she might not be my top DPS, but she's got quite a good, like, she can hit. She's got quite a good fun attack pattern and stuff. Where are we going now? Over here in the cold.
Are you kidding me? This is even colder than the nights in the desert.
For the Harbingers, commission accepted. Kill you dudes.
I see everything.
Don't mind if we do.
Sharing my knowledge.
First. Let's get it on! Hi!
I will end you. Watch this! This may hurt a little.
No, my sword!
Get that out, good.
You asked for it!
There we go. Can't knock me over now.
Buckle
Chop up.
Let's end this quickly!
The Temple of Wisdom. Hey!
Where's the other one?
Rain cutter!
Let's get it on!
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
Flash frost.
Yeah, no thanks.
Freshness preserved. Frozen food.
Look alive! Hi! You're dead meat!
Oh no! I mean, she cool. Let's go and sort out Anna's. I mean, this is a really cool one though. Actually, I went back to Mondstadt and did my commissions there just for a bit of a break. So I was doing Sumeru commissions, and jumping on those mushrooms was a load of rubbish. So I come back here to do some good old Mondstadt commissions. They thought through the commissions in Mondstadt quite well. You know, it's not a load of rubbish out here. They did a good job on them. Bit repetitive, you know, if you've been doing a lot of them, but they've done a good job. And so I came back here to do this, and then there were a couple of little quests that hadn't ticked off, that hadn't ticked over, including getting Anna into the Adventurers Guild. And now it's happening, and like it's kind of cool that you get these ongoing story quests as part of the commissions. So let's help Anna with her transport balloon. She's not actually here, just her voice, which isn't acted, so it's just words on a screen, but could have been better that, couldn't it? It's off.
Let's get it on!
Okay, here we go. Need to make sure you destroy the barrier.
Grow! Sharing my knowledge!
Otherwise they'll stand here and attack it. As soon as we can get that clear, the balloon will move. There we go. So it's not so much about killing the hilly churls as it is about me keeping the balloon moving. What's going on? Oh, here she is. Here she is. Look at her, all dressed up in her new clothes. Anna. Yeah, it went pretty well, yeah. Her brother always wanted to travel, but she was always sick, so he had to take care of her. And now she's an adventurer, so when she's out on her adventures, she's going to bring some stuff home for her brother. Well, that was really nice, really good conclusion to the story there. And we even got...
Rain outlines your fate.
More hilly churls. Another day, another hilly churl.
Body and mind.
We even got... What we're trying to say. We even got a... achievement out of it. Help Anna become an adventurer. Lovely. I love that sort of stuff. Really good. Top dollar, top Genshin Impact, top draw. Claim it. Only 5 primos, but it was an ongoing story that from day one when I've been doing my commissions, from my very first time doing commissions, Anna's been sick and she's been dealing with, and we've been in and out and dealing with this, and now finally she became an adventurer. I think that's really good. I'm really pleased for Anna. I'm glad I came back to Mondstadt to finish that off as part of the commissions. What was I going to say as well? I was going to check the Hilly Joel counter. Hilly Joel's 1029, 1975, 768, 1173. 84. These are how many I've killed of these particular types. 339, 600, 700, 700, 700. It's just hilly churls, man. Just another day, another hilly churl. Thousands of them. How many Sinsin mages have I done? 350. Not bad. Not bad. Pyro Regis Vines, 95. 5 more for my 100. Oceanids. I've still got to do the Oceanid for Barbara. I didn't realise. But Oceanids. Where's Oceanids? Must be around somewhere, mustn't they? How come there's one I haven't met here? That's weird. Enemies I haven't met. That is weird. I might look that up on the internet another time, and like on stream I might look it up on the internet and then go and do it. Whatever it is, that enemy that I haven't met. There's the Vishaps. Where's the Oceanids? Ah, forget it anyway. Perhaps they're not alive. There's loads of fish that I haven't... Oh, because I don't do the fishing. There's an animal there that I don't know about. And there. Weird, there's animals that I haven't even met. Commissions, expeditions. So I need to get some resin spent And keen to be doing some action, haven't I? We'll always need wolf tails. Remaining attempts to claim treasure 0 of 1, so I've already done the wolf this week. Have I confronted 0 of 1? Done that this week then. I think I've also done the what's that? Harmonics Research Facility. I think I've also done this week, yeah. So treasure's gone up to 60. So I'm not doing a big boss today. I've got 160, so I can do whatever I want. And we want to do 5 more of these. We always need the red. We don't need any more of those, I don't think. Let's see what we need in characters. Let's see what we need. We've got her boss kills. But she also competes for that resource with someone else, doesn't she? Candice, who's 80 of 80, ready to go. We just need the blue gemstones. And she's ready to go. So she's got 20 of those. So we're going to have to kill another 20 of these. So let's go and do that again.
If you're not sure what to do...
Let's go and do that again. And again, and again. I got a squad for this though. I can melt this down now. Wait till you see this. I quite like it. Sorry, dear.
Let's finish this quickly.
Bit of an A-team job here. Let's eat some attack food as well. Dory on this is a revelation. I was bringing in my other healers. I was bringing in sometimes Chi-Chi or sometimes Yao Yao Beans. But Dory on this is brilliant.
Hey! Make yourselves at home! Incoming! Lawrence! Nowhere to hide! Don't blink! Hey!
No, my sword!
Growl, growl, growl!
Look at that, we don't have to mess about, we just take it straight down.
Ring cutter!
Speed of light!
Now we're in doing damage.
With sword comes shadow!
And we've done nearly half on that first run.
I see
In
everything!
fact, I think we got the half.
Sharing my knowledge!
So it might not even get another run.
Cut to the chase!
Told you I'd melt this down, didn't I? Look. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? It's over here, and we don't mess about. We just go straight in. Don't we, Dory? No? Why isn't it going in? Dory, please. There we go.
Let me weave you up.
With sword comes shadow.
And it is dead.
Don't blink! Hey!
I mean, look at that. That was a speed kill on that. A speed kill, mate. They only got to do 2 cycles. Always the case. It's getting more and more the case these days, my artifact inventory. And it's getting to the point where I'm going to have loads of just gold stuff. I'm going to have to start working through what's good and what's not. These are all on zeros, aren't they? I've been doing Chongyun's recently, haven't I? He's been getting some love on his artifacts. That's all my rubbish stuff. defense attack. No. Big chunk though, that's alright. A chunk of red. And 2 tetrahedrons. So we're going to have to do this at least 10 more times maybe, you know. Let's see if we can condense a lot of resin. How much resin we've got. No condensed resin, so I should be able to condense a lot. And that's good for Sunday. I want to spend that on Sunday, so that's good to have that in the can. Can we improve any of our characters and push anyone a little bit closer to completion? At the moment, I'm taking Dea up to level 80. We haven't got any books, have we, look? And I've actually been pushing Zhao quietly up behind the scenes, pushing him up. We've got so many good characters now. So many exciting and interesting and good characters. Like I said, it's even started to affect the way I build my teams. Because anyone that you're looking at above Zhao here, Collie, Kuki, Diona, Ningwang even now, Dea, Amber, Jiangling of course, Candice, Yao Yao's new, Lisa we've had for a long time, Razor's been around for a while, Chongyun's now in my A-list, Layla, I don't use her a lot but she's up there, she can be used, look. She hasn't got very high attack but she's a support character. Rosie, Sucrose, Faruzan, we still got to get that attack and stuff up onto my bow characters. But Sayu's well in there. Noelle's a good character. Hu Tao I really enjoy. Mona can give me a bit of punch. Klee, obviously. It's the super chuffer, the main one. The grave kipper. And Chi-Chi, Dory, both really serviceable as healers. Kaching Nahida's like, I've got loads of good characters. Free to play all the way. Down at the bottom, never going to get Kea in my squad, don't care about him, but these characters I still want to level up. Xinyan, Goru, Bedu, Shikahozu, Yunjin. All of these now, I'm thinking they've all got to go top bins. We're all going to get there eventually. But like, what a cool thing to, after nearly a year, in April it'll be a year. I started playing about April. And in a year of playing, not the archive. Well, yeah, actually, the whole archive's fine. In a year of playing, I'll move myself out of the way. In a year of playing, these are how many characters. I could go one more bunch of wishes and actually pick up maybe one more character if I'm lucky with the amount of wishes I've got saved up again. So I haven't got all the 5 stars, look. Wanderer we didn't get. Nilu was up this year, didn't get. Sino I didn't get. Tignari I didn't get. Al-Haytham I didn't get. They're all the new ones this year. Didn't get them. Did get Dea. Did get Nahida. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've only got 2 of 7 of the big ones. However, I feel really happy with that. I feel like I've got the characters I wanted. Wanderer would have been nice. You know, that would have been nice. Is a very cool character. Not got proper shoes on still, but Wanderer would have been nice. But I feel like I've got the characters I wanted. I'm not so interested in Al-Haytham. Nilu was cool. Sino was cool. Not so interested in Tignari. So not quite, you know, free to play here. You don't get everything. But look, I also got this year all the new characters in terms of Collie, Dory, Candice, Layla, Faruzan and Yao Yao. So I'm not doing badly here for numbers of characters. And as you scroll down, this is my first year of playing. So it's not just that I got the latest characters. Dea, Nahida, Layla, Candice, Faruzan, Yao Yao, Dory, Collie. It's not just that I got those this year. Like, I've also been starting from way, you know, behind. People have been playing for 2 years ahead of me. And I've got all of these 4 stars. Chi-Chi, Ching, Mona, Klee. 4 5 stars here from the original setup.
Bombs, so heavy.
In fact, I only need Dillican Jean and Venti. There's fewer that I don't have than I do have in terms of the Mondstadt 5 stars. I've only got... They're standout characters, of course, and it would be nice to have them. But, you know, I've also got from Inazuma, sorry, from Liwei, Hu Tao, finally, and Zhao, 2 5-stars. It would be nice to also have Eula, Ganyu, Albedos. You know, I'm starting a bit later than other people. But I got Sayu and Rosie, Kujo, Toma and Goro. And in Inazuma, I don't have a 5-star, do I look? That's a bit of a shame for me. It would be nice to get an Inazuman 5-star on the go. I should really complete my collection. It'll be Shenhe. When Shenhe comes around, she's the one. I mean, she's not really Inazuman, is she? But she's in that bracket there. It should have been Saganomi as well, actually, maybe. Maybe it should have been her. So there's a little bit, you know, I'm missing out here a little bit, maybe. A couple of these would have been nice. But again, you know, I'm catching up, and I've got loads of Mondstadt, loads of Liwei, loads of Sumeru. It's not that bad, is it? I've not done bad. I've done really well after a year. Like, free to play, 100%, no money put in. Not going to spend a penny. Done quite well. That's what you get for being a committed free-to-play player over a year. Like, more than 50% of the number of characters, and sadly, not more than 50% of the 5-stars. There's quite a lot of 5-stars that stand out as being missing from the collection. But that's okay. You know, I have got some of them that I wanted. Even got a cheeky 1 or 2 that I didn't expect. And when I really saved up my primos and made sure we got it, we got it. And when I had to get lucky, we got lucky. Like, you're going to get lucky at some point, aren't you? And I don't consider Zhao to be big luck. And I don't consider Mona, for example, to be big luck. But I got lucky getting them as well. It's just I wanted them. Got a bit of streamer luck. And you know what? At this point, I would actually say I don't need any new characters. What I need is 6 weeks to play the game and get used to the new characters I've got and level them up and, you know, and stuff like that. By the time I won't have that, they'll throw new characters at us. They'll throw more banners at us. They'll throw more stuff. Like, you just get enough time to really... How do I explain this? It's a good thing. It's a good thing. There's so much content and there's so much going on in the game that you think, oh, you know, I really want all these characters, but you don't have time to play. If I had all of them now, I'd have to spend money to level them up, because just going and grinding all the stuff would take me a while, which is part of the fun, grinding the stuff. I'm pleased with the number I've got and the amount of time we've got to play with it and everything. Yeah, it's just, Genshin's really good. And the ones I've got are like, they're cool ones that I wanted. And Candice as well. Other characters that are 4-stars, like Candice, Faruzan, I don't play with her as much, but I think she's a cool character. Layla again. Yao Yao Bean's in the squad one, all the little ones, they're all fun. The 4-star characters are actually really good as well. Like, they don't be sleeping on how fun it is to play with them and how effective they are in combat. Genshin Impact's brilliant. Just singing its praises again there. It's weird, isn't it? It's like, because that story mode I found a bit boring, but, you know, I'm not mad at you for long, Genshin Impact. Can't stay mad at you for long. Definitely one of the best experiences I've ever had in gaming. Can't wait for the new Zelda to come out in May. But this has all been good in the hood. So yeah, can I push anyone any further? Not really, without grinding up some stuff. We've done the resin, we've done the primos.
In adventuring, as in business.
Primos were up to 2775. We're saving up for the next banner that we want. And Intertwined Fate of 1. Here we've got 12 free wishes. I'm trying to save those up now until Dea moves over to that banner. Because when she does, then I'll start wishing on it in earnest again. But until then, I'm just going to save them up as well. We can pop off 2 while we're here, 2. Alright, 3 then. We can do 3. No. 4 then. I'm not doing any more than 4. Thank you. Tell you what, I've already got her, but the way she appears like that with her silhouette and the very, very cool. Feels like I've got her for a second time. Because I've got so many of those 4 stars like I just showed you, there's not so many that I'm looking to hit. So it's going to become increasingly more difficult to hit the characters that I don't have, because the probabilities are the same. But I'm pleased. She's not one of my main hitters. I could have gone with a different character, push that constellation up on someone that I'm in this more regular use of. But seeing her here, this artwork, her striding or standing so like tall and looking so mean and cool, and with this electricity and the framing of her with the wings and stuff, very, very cool. Happy to get it. Happy to have it.
You always have to seize the opportunity.
That's a step forward for Kujo Sara. She is 60 of 70. She's on her way. She's wearing little wooden shoes, but she's on her way. And she doesn't have any artifacts. She's got a rust, but it's at level 1 because we've got a proper rust. Amber's got it. Proper level 70 of 80. Still could go higher, that could. Proper rust, but I was thinking, do I want to refine that rust? Or do I want to have 2 rusts on the go? I mean, obviously she wants to hold a bow that looks like that. She doesn't want to hold a bow that looks like that. That would be stupid. My other options include maybe the Favonius Warbow. No, she could hold the crescent. She could hold the crescent. You know, with all that colour scheme and her dress and all that. But really, come on, she's a rust. She's the, out of all of them, because it even says a completely rusted iron great bow, the average person would lack the strength to even lift it, let alone fire it. So you've got to be a bit, strong to do this bow. And out of everyone that's a bow character, she looks strong, doesn't she? She looks like powerful. So rust suits her, really. I'm happy for her to hold it. So we've got 2 of them. She's currently holding one that's not leveled up. She's not in the squad yet or anything, but Constellation now. When Tengu Juriat grant characters attack bonuses or hits opponents, the cooldown is decreased by 1 second. The effect can be triggered once every 3 seconds, so it reduces the cooldown of your special move. That's good. These constellations, I'm actually, some characters I've started to get a few on, and like obviously the Traveller gets her full constellation field, and they're really good when they get there. So it does mean, like for my Wet Boy, for example, I'm now hoping for a C5 Wet Boy eventually. I do like the constellation format. I think it's just, you're going to get some repeats in your pools, aren't you? And it gives a good reason to use those repeats in a nice way. I actually quite like it.
Well, it's there.
And we got some of these points in the shop, so we can spend them on more wishes. Because we got a duplicate, we hit more of those points, so we spend them on the wishes. That's all good in the hood. Yeah. Hello, Ian Wood. Work meeting. How'd you make it do that? You're better at Twitter than I am. Got wings and everything. I might have to get someone to do me my emojis. I've emailed sent a message to on Twitter the girl who I wanted to do the emojis, but maybe she doesn't read her Twitter as much as she reads other things. I really need to get on that. I really do. But maybe I need to just get someone who understands it more to do it all for me, because that's the wings and the word and everything. You got it all going there. Work meeting. It's not a work meeting. I wonder if I can sell images of Paul Ansel. Do you know, like the comedy, I don't know, murder stuff that we want to put on a cup?
But I think this is pushing it.
I wonder if putting pictures of Paul Ansel on it, I wonder if that's a problem. Maybe I have to put my own image on it. I wonder if I can use Emma's face and I was on a work meeting to create I could do a meme, I could get that out there, but I wonder if I could sell a t-shirt or whether they'd come after me. I feel quite happy with the amount I put into Genshin Impact tonight. I was a little bit cross at the start. It's nearly a 2-hour session. I was a little bit cross about the amount of talking that they do in those talky bits, but it is to be expected. I am a curmudgeon, I am a grump sometimes. This is why I'm not the top Genshin Impact streamer, I suppose. But I do love the game. It is a place I come to feel happy, and I've had a happy good 2 hours here now today. Sorry if you're just joining in. But I've had a good, happy 2 hours here. Tomorrow is the weekend Saturday. I will be back playing Genshin Impact in the evening because I enjoy it and we want to do that next thing that's on the list now. There's always something new on the list. And that new thing is this Vibro Crystal Verification, an engineer from Fontaine. This should all be fun. It's a quest. It's got primos and stuff. Hopefully it won't be too much talking. And then on Sunday, we're going to do main YouTube channel, Super Chuffer channel. Nigel knows. Those images must be copyright protected by news organisations or photographers. So, like, my question, I suppose, like, I know they're kind of copyright in a way. I mean, it's their own image. It's their own face. Like, if someone was doing T-shirts of my face, can't I go after them because it's me? And that's my face. But isn't there something as well when it's like a parody or a joke when you're allowed to get away with it in a way because everyone knows it's like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that I shouldn't just sell T-shirts with other people's faces on though. Or maybe I can turn it into artwork. So if those images are copyright by them, maybe if I make it black and white in Photoshop and, you know, do a thing of it, it becomes like a parody. Let's talk about this briefly and I'll just say what I'm doing on Sunday as well because this is interesting. Let's have the main frame. That's the main frame. And then Google Obama Hope. Right, so this was an artist did this of Obama, didn't they? And then it became like an iconic image. And now I can just go and buy this on a shop, yeah? But Obama's not making the money off that, is he? Like, they've not... You know, Barack Obama's not making money off this. This isn't... Or is he? You know, who's doing this? How come that gets allowed? Fair use, you're saying. Not sure if I'm claim it. I'm thinking like maybe I do it like that. You know, do some sort of... Or maybe employ an artist to do it. So it's their original work. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then I license that work off that artist. In effect, I'd go on fightpeopleperhour.com or whatever, or that artist that I was talking to on, and do you know what I mean? You think there's a level of celebrity where you can use their image, maybe it's that. But then this other thing happens is that you can parody it. Look, that's a Lego one of it. And then so if you do Obama Hope parody, I'm sure there are some parodies, like here's like others, all sorts, like Amy Winehouse, dope. And like I'm sure that when you get into this, I'm say sure, I've got this feeling that when you get into this realm, all bets are off. Images may be subject to copyright, it says. Don't know whose. The Barack Obama Hope poster by street artist Shepard Fairley. So it's their artwork, it's not his image, is it? The screen print has become a popular design to lampoon. Here are some of the parodies. Pope. They're not telling us anything, they're just showing us the parodies. It's one of these news articles where if you don't use the internet like young people, why don't we aggregate it for you and show it you here on the news? Yeah. So my question, I guess, of Google is, can I use someone's face on a let's just say t-shirt, because it's the main piece of gear. T-shirt, T-shit I've written, t-shirt, and sell it. Not celebrities, just people. No. Amy Winehouse is dead, so she isn't protected. Is that the case? I didn't know when she was dead it was all bets off. Maybe I should just make Amy Winehouse t-shirts then. Unless you have the authorization by the celebrity, you have no legal right, and especially print. This is going to do me in. I'm glad I didn't jump to the quick, here's some money, because they were asking me in chat on the Super Chuffer channel. They were saying the I Done a Murder thing that I've got, this thing. I mean, I know that I'm allowed to show this on screen because it's a funny meme that I've made. So it's okay to have a funny meme. That's fine. But what it's not okay to do is sell it on a cup, it seems. This, right? So I was waiting for two reasons. One is, like they all said, can you do it on a mug? Can you do it on a t-shirt? I'd buy it. And I said, the reason I'm not going to do it immediately is because it says Minneapolis and it's $7,000. And actually, that was an old Kanye West one that I just doctored. So what I should do is make it say, like, Lancashire and £7,000 or whatever, you know, like just change those details. But now I realise that I need to change the face as well. I can't defame a dead person either. All right. Maybe we should put Nicola on it. I did. Yeah. So I'm thinking what I could do. I mean, I wonder if I could just, you know, make his face look super arty and get away with it, or whether it's still his face. Do you know what I mean? What about this? Is it legal to sell t-shirts that have my original drawing of a celebrity? There's no hard and fast answer to this question. It says on Quora, copyright infringement, making a drawing based off a picture sounds like a derivative work. Derivative work is new with copyrightable elements. It's too much for me, too confusing. This sculpture is the same as this picture, so it's copyright. Whereas this one, they went beyond the photograph and added a new aesthetic, and it's not copyright. But that's copyright images, that's not someone's image, do you know what I mean? So I have to like doctor it in some way to make it a bit mad. Maybe. This magnifying glass added stuff, so it was an original picture, but the addition of the magnifying glass changed it. Paul Daniels crossover disappearing actor. You'll like this, but not a lot. The other thing is I could just put my own face in the I Done a Murder. Sorry, you couldn't see that stuff I was looking at there on Quora. I just read it out, didn't I? But let me show you. So it exists. I was just looking at Quora here. Can I sell t-shirts or whatever? I'm saying it's a no, and I'm actually in a big ballpark there where I'm in trouble if I start doing it. But what if it's a meme? If it is a meme. Most internet memes are based on an image and so can't be used. A general rule, internet memes are no-go for t-shirt printing business. There are some exceptions. If you created a parody of the original meme, it may be considered fair use. Bit weird. What would happen is that someone would, like, if I did enough good business, someone would come after me, wouldn't they? Because there's money involved. And if you're Paul Ansel and those people, you know, it's just entering into a world where I don't want to be in trouble. Massive grey area, yeah. See, the thing is, if I was desperate for the money, or like desperate, you know, cloying for money, like people get, like, I could have already been making these mugs. They could have already been on my page. The day that they said they wanted to buy it, I should have put it on priorities list number 1. People want to give me money. Right, I'll sell these things. I'm glad I didn't. But the principle's there. I Done a Murder. The face can be there. It's not Paul, me. We'll have to put me in it. I'll have to take the hit there. I'll dress up like Paul. I'll have to... I'll have to give it my best smile or something. We'll have to find a way of, like, we'll have to talk about it on the Super Chuffer stream with them. We'll have to tell them they can't have what they want. They can't have what they want. But on Super Chuffer, on Sunday now, so adding an extra day. At the moment, I'm only having one day off on Tuesdays, but I didn't do that this week, I don't think. Make hay while the sun shines, but I'd like to get a regular routine where I've got a couple of days off a week, and I need not to be streaming 6 hours every day because I need time behind the scenes to work on stuff. So I need time to work on stuff and days off, yeah? I could do a vector image of Paul's facial hair. See, that's a good idea. That sort of thing. I wonder whether they could come off after you with that. I wonder if they could come after you with that. I mean, it'd still be quite close. Maybe I could find some other images that are similar to the case that are not so, you know, like, you know, images around it, like, you know, that are not so bang on the nose of somebody's face, you know, like a picture of, like, the area on Google or something. I don't know. Yeah, on Sunday anyway. So what we're doing on Sunday is I'm doing the Sunday service. I'll tell you for why. If you go onto your... I can't be asked to do it. You're not supposed to show your stats on the... You know, you're not supposed to show your your analytics on screen necessarily, but it's got a thing where it tells me when people are online, your audience is online at this time. And on Sunday, it's all like lots of people online. Like people are watching my stuff on Sundays. So I should really do a stream on a Sunday. That makes sense, doesn't it? The majority of people that watch my stuff are online on Sunday. So why not do a nice long Sunday service stream? Well, for a number of reasons, because I want to enjoy my own Sunday. Because most people take Sunday off, so you can interact on a social level on weekends that you can't do on a Thursday. If I have Tuesday and Thursdays off, great, but no one else is off, are they? So I'm like, you know what I mean? So Sundays are nice family days as well. So I don't want to sort of paint myself into a corner of being the Sunday streamer, but at the same time, I want to experiment, and I think if it's an opportunity, I should try and grasp it with both hands. So also, I don't want to be like heavy on like a big show. I don't want to be like, we're doing the Sunday show and it's, you know, my big podcast, or a Nicola Bully body language breakdown episode or something like that. I'd rather it was just a bit more free and relaxed. So what we're doing is we're doing the speak pipe. I need to get this posted as, oh no, you shouldn't see that. That's all their messages. I need to get this posted as a post on the show, on the channel as well. Send a voice message, Sunday service, anything goes. So if we get a few messages, I can play their messages, we can talk about them, we can maybe show a few clips. I'll maybe line up a few little light-hearted comedy clips, you know, just little react things, 3-minute react things, and hopefully go for about an hour and a half, maybe a bit longer. Don't want to take it long into the night, you know, that's not the aim. Just try and do a little bit of a Sunday service. Maybe it's the sort of thing that I come up with, you know, when you're watching, you know, we're venturing a little bit into the realms of television here, which is not what we do, but, you know, when you're watching like Saturday morning television and there's different segments, I was thinking maybe I can have different segments on the Sunday service. So like, the idea, well, the reason that I've got this in the back of my mind is, like, let's say, for example, now we're going to cross over to Steve, and Steve's going to do a half-hour segment on whatever on the Sunday service. A bit of fun. It might be Saturday Swap Shop, or, you know, whatever it was on Tiswas, or, you know what I mean, like a segment. And then I can hand over to someone else, and I can literally just take a little bit of a seat back, and, like, you know, this is why in the long run I'd like to have a couple of other presenters on the show with me, a couple of other hosts on the show with me, so I can say, you know, take it away for a little bit. And the Sunday service can involve other people in that way. Or we could have fun stuff that we do together, like, you know, you send in your pictures and we look at them, or, you know, stuff. I'm thinking out in general now. I haven't even got the ballpark figures of ideas in my mind. But, yeah, the Sunday service would be a light-hearted magazine show on a Sunday, to kind of be there when people are online watching and provide them with a space. I find there's a lot of community involved in these lives. I think there's a lot of, you know how on Twitch there's like this whole Twitch community, and it's a certain subsect of society that are involved and understand it. YouTube's a lot more broad, but people like being in the chat room. They're people. Doesn't matter whether you're a knowledgeable gamer who has a favourite streamer, or you're just somebody that's like, you know, watching YouTube on a you know, normal person like us. So I think there's a lot of community about that, and so I think when a lot of people are online together, the community aspect is what's important about this Sunday show. So that's what I'm trying to say about these segments and stuff, is like, you know, getting people involved and having that's that thing I think about, that Saturday morning show thing. You know, you feel it's your place, and it's a nice space to be, you know, in the same way as I describe Genshin Impact as a place I like to be, you know. Sunday service should be that. It should be less about me prescribed, and like maybe even a music bit, maybe even people, you know, in the past I've tried to expose unsigned artists and people trying to get on in the world, you know, tried to get them on the show in the past on the Battery Exhausted stuff, did some collaborations on the ASMR, you know, maybe it's a collaborative effort with a bit of music and fun. It should be a good vibe. That's the Sunday show. So we're going to do our first Sunday service without any plan. They're going to just send me their voice messages. Anything goes. I'll have a few clips. I won't have any special segments or anything. And we'll just do our first one. I'll try and invite a couple of people on. Try and see if any of the other streamers that I know are interested in jumping on the stream for a little bit. And if it's successful, then I will have to start taking other days off. I'm considering moving thus. Mondays is probably not the best day for a podcast, actually, in all fairness. It was Mental Health Mondays, that's why we always were doing it there. But, you know, it can be shifted around. We need to think about what's best. Maybe thus goes on a Sunday, and maybe my Sunday show is a bad idea. We'll find out. But yeah, this Sunday, I'm doing the Sunday service. I'll put it in, and I'll do a community post about it tomorrow to say, send me your messages. Actually, I should do that now, shouldn't I? Let's just do that now. It needs to be square, this picture. So let's make it squarish like that. And image. Drag them. Can't I just select from my computer? There we go. Image. There you go. Look, nice square one. And I want the link to be the first thing. So there's the link. Copy that. I'll put Sunday so they know what's going on. People probably won't see this until like Tuesday, Wednesday. By the way, YouTube deals out these posts. I don't see people's posts until it's like a week too late. So they probably won't see this. But there's the speak pipe, and Sunday service will be in session. Looking to hear your voices, comma, anything goes. We will react, chat, and I don't want to write like anything cliched, like have a chill fun time, but we will react, chat, and chill. That's enough. That says what I'm trying to say. So that's the Sunday service, yeah? I won't put a particular time on it yet, because I'm not sure what time I want to do it, but I'm guessing around 4 in the afternoon. But yeah, we'll post that now. So that now exists. And then I will also create a go live scheduled stream. Yeah, reuse those settings, that's fine. But I'm going to change the title. It's going to be Sunday Service. And I don't have anything to put in the description. By this point, I don't want them sending me messages, so I'm not going to put the speak pipe in the description. I need a picture for the Sunday service. I need a little picture. So what I've got is, and this is really a thing that I need to step up on as well. I'll tell you what, I am a streamer who doesn't make very good thumbnails because I don't have the Adobe Photoshop on my new computer, and it costs money and is a thing. So I'm just like, can't be arsed. But that's like a really bad attitude. Like, I should be really into my thumbnails. Like, it should be a major thing for me. But I've got some AI art that I've been banging out that involves, I've done some animals in like cat Jesus or dog Jesus, pet Jesus. So I want to find, like, I use the Sacred Heart of Jesus picture and like, you know, animals, and make some funny animal. So I need to find one of these, or I've got other Jesus-y sort of ones that I've been doing. I'm just sort of browsing my massive file of artificial intelligent art that I've been making. Probably this one would be good, but the problem is you don't, it's too long. What program do I use for thumbnails? I'm literally just using PC Paint. Yeah, PC Paint. I'm just getting images and then copy and pasting them into PC Paint, and then that's my thumbnail, basically. Really bad at the moment. It's not, I used to use Photoshop, and then I used Final Cut Pro because I can make a thumbnail on Final Cut Pro as well, and I'm in there editing, so I might as well just do it in the edit. What am I trying to do now? I'm trying to open this file. Open with Paint. Yeah, Paint's the only imaging processing tool I've got on this computer is Paint. Not ideal. I've got pictures of Jesus and cats, which I'm just trying to open with paint. I need 3 of these because they're long and thin. So I've got 2 of them. And I want one more picture of a Jesus and a cat. Actually, I'll use Elvis. Elvis is a good one. Alright, and then what I do is, I've got 3 of these open. You can't see it because it's too much for me to get my head around to make it all on the screen. But I'm just going to copy and paste my pictures. So I'm going to select all of this picture. I'm going to get them all in the one picture. Copy. We'll see. It won't be the best thumbnail in the world, but it will be a thumbnail. Now what's going on? No. Now it's messing me about. Alright, paste. Come on. There's 2. And then the third one. Select. You'll see it in a second. It will appear in the thumbnail thing. And copy that and come over here and then paste that. So the artificial intelligent art is good because it is it's an app like Wombo app or something it's called, and it makes AI art, and that's good, isn't it? You know, AI art, thanks very much. And then I used some of that, and maybe images oh no, undo that, and then images I might find on the internet, and I just shonk together a thumbnail on Paint. It's not perfect. And I hope I make it the right sort of size, because otherwise YouTube slightly resizes things, but there we go. Right, file, save as a JPEG or a PNG. No, cancel. File, save as a JPEG, and I put it in the thumbnails file, and I'm going to call it Sunday. And save it. Thank you very much. Close, close, don't save. Bye-bye pictures. Bye-bye this. Bye-bye this. Right, thumbnail change. And then it'll be in the thumbnails folder, and it's called Sunday. Here we go. There we go, look. It's little, but you'll see it in bigger in a second. Little Jesus and Elvis Sunday service picture. Playlists, not the Nicola Bully one, the live stream archive. No, it's not for kids. Show more. Tags, all this bullshit. Not interested. Monetization is on nowadays. Just is, that's a fact. Customization, visibility, public. And then the thing is, when are we doing it? We're doing it Sunday, the 19th, which is Mother's Day in England. And we're going to aim for about 4 in the afternoon, maybe later. I need to get up. I need to walk the dog. I need to do stuff in the day. I need to walk the dog in the woods. I need to come back after the second dog walk in the woods, give him a bath. I would like to eat some Sunday dinner, and then, you know, everyone's had their Sunday dinner and it's a nice after dinner thing maybe. But then we're going late into the night on a Sunday, aren't we? I don't know when's the best time. You know, I don't want to advertise too early and have people turn up and think, oh, it's not on. But then if they've got their own Mother's Day, should we just say 7 o'clock in the evening? It might get a bit late for me because I want to sort of do this. Actually, no, I want to do this and then play Genshin, don't I, on a Sunday? Like usually it's Sunday evenings is Genshin, so this is going to go in the afternoon before Genshin. If I do a Sunday evening stream, then there's no Genshin. I can use GIMP, which is like a free version of Photoshop. Free and open source. Oh, a bit like OBS is free and open source. I do have to download it. I tell you what, if you hadn't suggested it, I would come on a website like this and I'd look at it and think it doesn't look very professional. Like this could be I could download a virus and then my computer is broken. So, I mean, it looks professional, but you know what I mean? It doesn't look like, you know, donate, it's got written up there and stuff. And like, it just, I'm so scared I don't tend to download things unless it's really, you know, I know that it's fine. But you're saying it's fine, it looks good. I'll have a look into it. I won't press download right now because I'm scared. But stuff like this, it's safe. Right, I press download then. BitTorrent. BitTorrent even more scary. Even more scary. But yeah, I do like stuff like that, free stuff. I haven't finished putting this in. What time's the Sunday service episode going to start? I want people to have a chance to have their own Sundays. You know, I don't want them to think that let's not have Sunday dinner with the family. Instead, let's watch Scott's show. But actually, the reason I'm doing this is because people are online at a certain time, aren't they? So where's my phone? Let's pick a time when they're the most online. That's the whole point. Audience. It says they come online here on a Sunday. The most, they start coming on at 4 o'clock. And they're online 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way till 11 o'clock. So between 4 o'clock and 11 o'clock. So if we say 4 o'clock start, I said that at the start, it might be a bit, you know, I might be a bit late for that. I might not be ready for 4 o'clock. Usually I'm bathing the dog about 4 o'clock. But if we say 4 o'clock start and I have to push it back a bit, I push it back a bit, you know. Because 4, 5, 6, 7, you know, I should be finished enough to play Genshin Impact then, shouldn't I? Right in time for Genshin Impact, 7 o'clock. Sometimes we start earlier on a Sunday, but, you know, we should be fine. We should be fine. I feel a little bit like I should... I mean, I could get earlier, couldn't I? I could do my dog walk earlier, have him bathed by midday, and eat my dinner in the afternoon, and then be ready for the show. So that's on me, isn't it? I could do that. I just like to do things a bit more with no schedule on a Sunday, but we'll say 4:30. Done. Sold. Oh, I can download it on the Microsoft Store. Okay, I will look for it there. I will do. I will. I'll investigate. So now the Sunday service stream is set. Now you can go back onto my channel now. And we should be able to see the Sunday service scheduled. Yep, there we go. And there's my cool thumbnail with Jesus, the cats, and Elvis. And that's the theme I want. That's the feel I want. At the moment, there's only one of me, but I want 2 more people there. You know, they don't have to be Jesus or Elvis. They can just be other people. Maybe a lady as well. You know, not all men. But it'd be nice to have a Sunday service, like a sort of group effort sort of thing. Do you know what I mean, don't you? I've described it enough. Saturday swap shop, Sunday service. Maybe I even bring in a religious feel to it. Not a strong religious feel to it, but like a faux religious feel to it. Making us all feel good. Maybe have a little song on there. Something wholesome. I'll have to make a plan. At the moment, I've got no plan. It's just if they send me voice messages, we listen to them. And I've got loads of stuff on my watch later. Got loads of stuff here. I was going to do a body language on Chris Rock. Someone else already has. It's a really good example of really good body language. Example of how, really good one. We can watch Where Are the Chris Hansen Predators today? That's a 12-minute video. I was going to watch this Genshin Impact changes. We can watch that on Genshin Impact tomorrow. The life story of David Icke. Look, that's an hour and 30 minutes. All propaganda. This, I've been wanting to watch this for ages. I don't know where this fits, so I'll just show it you now, and you'll think it's funny.
Every city and town in the country, because the question we're really asking is who comes first? Is it the people or is it the developers and the businesses? Next Wednesday, the Planning Committee votes on whether to redevelop this enormous site. Now, this is a model of the Bullring today. Over there, here, is St Martin, bounded by market stalls that run through that area. Anybody who knows Birmingham will know exactly what we're talking about. Yes.
They would, yeah, but it's not like that anymore because they did a redevelopment, look. And that's the redevelopment as proposed. Well, it took place, but they argued about it in 1990. And I like the argument.
Use the markets and the cheap shopping that's there in the Bullring at the moment that has not a great deal of space for pedestrian routes and is still...
Frank, you must let him finish at least a sentence.
Thank you.
It's this guy.
The question, Stuart, is at your public consultation meetings, is all as you can keep saying is we're providing the space. You're providing a load of market space with no market traders there because you're telling us that you can stick all the markets where now there are only 2 markets on the row, the other side of Edgbaston Street.
We could stick all the markets where there are no markets on the row on the other side of Edgbaston Street.
Right.
Deny that.
Deny that.
is going to hand over to the city a new building worth 35
Sure.
Take away from the city. Take away the city from the city.
No.
It's being sold to you people.
Frank, you must let him finish at least.
Proper Brummy, that guy. Deny that.
Ready? The developer is handing over to the city a new building worth £35 million that is for the markets. It's creating exactly the same space that they have.
Yeah, it's all. I don't care what you've got to say. It's all about this guy, isn't it? Really.
To us, we are catering for the market trader. You know you're not. You know that there's going to be no market stalls in the bullring where it is today. You tell me, we've been to all your public consultation meetings where...
Meetings?
Oh, you can't speak, you're a market trader. You can speak because you're going to say how nice the icing looks on the cake, and that's all it is, icing on your cake. Because when you get down to it, that's what it will look like. A load of rubbish. And I tell you what, you've opened this up. This is the part you've opened up. Here, there you are. We've given you a nice half-a-mile walk to your market, because that's where you are now. Before the war, pre-war, the markets was here, all the way down the road. Slowly but surely, they shove it out. When they want more of the city centre, they take it off you, the market trader. And not the market trader, the citizens of Birmingham. 57% of you people are market shoppers.
Right.
Those are the people they don't want in.
Right, Frank? I think you made your point, Jeff. How do you reply to that?
I think Frank made his point. He's made...
Really good, isn't it? It's 1990, Bullring Central Weekend debate. I mean, that's proper top quality stuff, that is. There must be a place for it in my content somewhere. So yeah, we're going to have a Sunday service. That's going to be good. You be good, my little podcasts. I am going to be streaming Genshin Impact tomorrow, and no YouTube tomorrow, just Genshin Impact. So we'll have a proper go. We'll do this new thing. We'll have a proper go. But yeah, bit of a big one this week. I think we've come to the natural conclusion of today's episode. And thank you for being here. And thanks for your input, Nigel. I can always count on you to give me good advice in these ways. I might have got myself into legal trouble selling an I Done a Murder t-shirt otherwise. What I might do is I might put the information, like they can get the picture and they can make their own t-shirts on Amazon. So I might give them the picture so they can use that and make their own t-shirts. But I won't get a cut then. But that's all right, isn't it? Yeah, you be good. And remember, if you can't be good, you're naughty.